getting her to understand individually violate, like her individuality was violated apparently
Yep.
since she left the Borg. Now she's a human individual and she should be feeling anger for being taken advantage of in that way, I guess. And so before he says that though, he the doctor tries to apply Eastern acceptance practices as part of his psychology, as well as more Western individual practices, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
I need to review that part. And he says he tries to make a blend of the two, but basically towards the end, he just gets her to really try and reckon with that anger emotion. And so Seven of Nine basically says, I don't feel anger. Why should I feel anger or hostility?
Mm-hmm.
And the doctor is essentially telling her that that she should be feeling that, and that he's trying to excavate any possible emotions out of her in this situation, so that she can deal with them because she has to deal with them
Yeah.
because it's running on this assumption that she should be feeling a certain way about a thing, which kind of neglects her cultural influences there, her original culture of being with the Borg.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
It is very interesting. Sadly, it made me think of. What do you think of the fucking Inside Out movies with all the emotions? Do you like them? Kind of. Very
Dude,
simple,
I
but I
did a
mean,
long I did a long review about that movie,
did you?
and I did a long post online about that too. So both of the movies are very problematic and very pathologizing.
Okay, why so?
There's scenes in the second one. Well, so there's a bunch of scenes where in the first movie it seems that the emotions are running the show. That
Yeah.
essentially there's no mind there at all. There's no uh, top-down emotion management. It's essentially Joy, the character Joy, trying to run around and control all the other emotions,
Mm-hmm.
which is very much aligned with this idea of the pursuit of happiness being part of the American dream.
Yep.
That we should just be feeling joy all the time, and then when you're not feeling joy all the time, something's wrong with you. You need to be diagnosed.
Yep.
And
Makes sense.
then in the second, it's really when you watch the movie looking for those kind of flaws, they're kind of all throughout it.
I mean, I can definitely tell you, yeah, that's true. Because the thing is, like, I think that's kind of like the moral, though. The sense is like Joy thinks that she's supposed to run everything, and at the end, she finds out like there's other. I get the idea with like no brain, but like letting other emotions work. But yeah, there should have been like a brain character or something like a central like nervous system or something like to represent like actual like logic and stuff. Like that'd have been a cool feature.
Yeah, and then in the second movie, there was a scene where they were actually making fun of the concept of the mind, and they had what's called the mind police, and they were trying to
Oh yeah,
avoid the mind police, which was
I
just
remember that. Yep,
so unfront. Holy crap, dude! So that's lame, and that's the message that we're sending to children too, because that's a kids movie.
for sure.
Man,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think
Uh,
like I was thinking about this earlier. If you had to pick one to be more important than the other, do you think facts are more important or logic's more important? Because I kind of tend to think logic's more important because I think you'll get to the facts more often if you have good logic.
okay, so there's two. You have to define facts and logic.
Well, like logical thinking, so like having like premise one, premise two, and it makes a premise three. Like you could be sound logically, like it all makes sense. They have a good structure. It has good, support beams. Everything fits together like a puzzle, so it makes sense. Versus just having like, oh, I read this stat and it's a fact, like because it's science consensus or like
Oh,
historians
right.
consensus or whatever. Like just knowing facts. Like I know the facts because I read it in a book or whatever. Instead of actually like having the logical, like I said, having a sound arc, whatever you want to call it. Like I said, I think the one
There's some
leads to
kind
getting
of
more right answers.
there's definitely some kind of bold philosophical statement to be made here. Facts without logic is brought. I don't know. There's definitely some kind of powerful statement to make about that, but I'm not trying to make that up right now.
Oh, that's fine. I'm saying
But definitely,
if you wanted to, you
without,
can.
I had to take time to write like that, but the that's definitely the case. If you just are running on facts, then your emotions will come forth, and then you if you don't have a construction of how to navigate all those facts, then you're just throwing facts from a place of emotion. That seems to be mostly the case.
Yep.
But of course, you can go way too far with logic too, and then you can become emotionally rigid, and you can become overly analytical, which is now criteria for autism. Basically, that's kind of a generalized statement there,
Yeah.
but when you look at the main criteria and the way that people are describing themselves in the autistic community in particular, it's very much logic based. It's very analytical and linear thinking as if they can do nothing else, and that's very problematic. And so the wise path, it seems, would be to try and find ways of looking at logic from different angles. So I just kind of came to this realization a couple days ago. The the way to think about logic is not only from a physicalist perspective. This is kind of a different subject, but it's very important to me. So the epistemic logic is more important than physicalist logic.
What was that?
Epistemic logic is more important than just physicalist logic.
I would agree.
If you ignore the epistemic truths about human existence, then you're going to fall for scientific determinism and reductionism. And that's what's happening in psychology and biology, too.
Yeah, I kind of think that's kind of what is happening in, especially like math and science and stuff. They're trying to get so precise and, like I said, so like when me and Brandon watch this video, like it's called Undecidable in math. Like I feel like there are always going to be things we know are true, but I don't think we'll ever 100% prove them or like know the answer like in a logical sense. Like it's going to be like we know it, but I can't prove it, so that's gonna suck to people because people like humans, we want to know everything, or like we want to have the sound logic and the sound understanding of what's happening. But there's always gonna be something that we don't know, and it kind of sucks for us.
Right. That's where humility is a logical truth, and you can't prove humility. That's just a general, that's just a human truth, an epistemic truth that's not ontologically verifiable, or rather, it's not epistemically, or sorry, it's not empirically verifiable. That's very unfortunate. When you think of empiricism too, that word gets really tricky because it sounds like we use empiricism to describe measurement and data analytics using external tools to measure the ontological world, the objective world, and that doesn't give us a good picture of ontology. It doesn't give us a good picture of our epistemology either. It ignores epistemology in pursuit of a wholly materialistic and physicalist ontology.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
What up, Mitch? Seen you just popped in.
What's up, Mitch?
Sore as shit.
You just got off work.
No, I went to a show last night and moshed my ass off.
Nice. What show did you go see?
There's a local metal band at a local brewery.
Oh, just like the punk rock shows we had downstairs. Nice. Did you ever go to one of our punk rock shows back in the day?
No, I never even knew you guys had them.
Do you know Jake Swayze at all?
Yeah,
Yeah, he used to throw them at our bar like once a month. We get a band from out of state,
of
so like,
course.
and then like 2-3 local bands. We fucking rock out for like 3 hours. It was fun.
Yeah, that sounds like Swayze.
It definitely is.
Besides
Like,
that Lewandowski didn't help him.
well, yeah. So like, I think what happened originally was that, like, because he used to be a house party, and he's like, I got sick of cleaning and shit. He's like, can I just do it at your bar and we'll fucking pay you to do it? I'm like, okay.
Yeah, you get to clean up.
Yep. I mean, it was an hour of my life, but guess what? They made the bar money, and they were happy too. It was a win-win for everybody.
Oh yeah. Yep, exactly.
But
Sick. I need to go to shows. I've been neglecting that.
yeah, my kid's about to be 10, so I think like in like 2 more years, 3 more years, I can give him more freedom, so I can fucking go do stuff more.
That's what's up.
I give her a couple hours. I'll give him it's like a couple hours freedom, but not like no 6, 7, 8 hour kind of shit.
Yeah, there's definitely a middle ground there
It's
to be found.
So like the boy is the one that's more fucking. He'll break the rules. Evie will just sit in her fucking room and play video games or tablet or whatever. She'll be fine and chilling. The other one will fucking try to like push his limits and go outside and do shit. And then he gets caught and he's always like, "Ooh." It's like, well, dude, stop getting caught. Like even if you are gonna do stuff stupid, you're dumb because you get caught all the time. Like I was still like.
Yeah.
Like I did a lot of shit as a kid. My parents didn't know until I was like 22 or 3 when I decided to tell them everything because I'm an adult now. I don't give a fuck, but they had no clue.
It's funny.
It is kind of
Yeah, I
funny.
used to push the limit too.
Well, dude, everyone does to an extent. That's why I try to tell them, like, I understand where you're coming from, but the thing is, you get caught. So you wonder why you get more troubles? Because you get caught. I always tell them you're like the worst criminal ever. Like, you'll fucking do a crime and go and leave a trail right to the cop station with, like, your evidence. Like, dude, stop doing that. Use your brain.
Yeah. You gotta
Some
have virtues
kids,
and values.
Well,
they're kids in your drugs.
the thing is, I haven't even been honest with them. Like, hey, if you want to do it, just do it with me. Like, if you want to do something, at least ask me, because I'll probably do it with you, and at least make sure you do it right or whatever, all that kind of shit. Don't fucking go hang out with dumb kids that know what the fuck they're doing, and or getting it from random people where you don't notice you're getting anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
Like my shit's from Michigan. I know my shit's perfect and legal, whatever. Like,
Yeah, it's from the dispensary.
yep. I'm saying like I'd rather have you do that than something else.
Well, you gotta wait a while too. I really think there's a lot of variance with that genetically when it comes to marijuana and other, just all drugs in general.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
I
gotta
didn't
wait
use
until
it.
you're older.
No, I mean, yeah,
Yeah, I didn't.
I agree with that in general, but it's one of those things. Like again, I'd rather have you do it with me than someone else.
Yeah.
Like, because I know, like the one kid's 13, so like I know he knows and whatever. It's like, okay, I get it, dude. Like I get kids that are gonna offer whatever. Just do with me or do with your mom. Like, don't do with random people your first times.
Yeah, the developing brain is very delicate and sensitive and spongy.
People don't know about this, don't realize it.
What is it to like 24, 6? Your brain grows or whatever.
24, no, they averaged that was bullshit. I think they said it was like 21, 22.
Okay.
They averaged that the 24 was off by a few years.
Yeah. Makes sense.
That's all incredibly misguided. That
Yeah.
whole idea that your brain stops maturing and stops growing
It
and stops
never
being
really
so
does.
receptive, you never lose that. Your neuroplasticity is always active throughout life. It just
Oh, yeah.
diminishes.
I just suppose. I mean, only thing I think of it stops growing where you're not getting new cells and shit to connect. You're like your brain's done connecting.
Yeah.
At most now, it just pulls away, and hopefully,
Yeah, that's what I mean
you
by
using it and
developing.
stuff makes it last longer, where it doesn't pull away and you lose your brain or whatever you want to
Yeah.
call it.
Yeah, that's what I believe that's what they mean by developed brains.
Mm-hmm.
It's neurosynaptic pruning, and the pruning process is going on less rapidly when you're younger. You
Mhm.
have tons of open connections available to you when you're before the age of 13 and 14. That's when you can still develop a perfect accent. So you learn a new language and you develop the accent perfectly.
Yep.
But after about like those very early years when you're preteen, that's when you lose that ability. So it's like there are types of receptivity and types of neuroplasticity that drop off at different stages in life, it seems.
Mhm.
General learning, your ability to learn, that always
No,
persists.
that'll always stay with you. Yeah, but there's certain like more or less milestones your brain goes through, development wise, like especially like because one of my buddies, he recently had a kid. He's like 3 now or some shit, and I used to be over there like a hell of a lot when I lived in town, and even I noticed like day in and day out, like when he had a big cognitive leap, it's like wow, his brain really did grow overnight. It's kind of amazing to see it. Like, well, you know what I'm talking about since you actually have kids,
Yep, for sure, dude. Well, yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, so, like, my one boy, he was, like, a little fucker as a kid. He's still kind of a fucker, but, like, there's times where, like, I can see, like, he's starting to understand what the fuck I was trying to tell him about this whole life and all this shit's like, oh, like, those cogs are starting to click in your head, Like, you realize I wasn't fucking lying and bullshitting and all this other shit, Like, it's kind of nice to watch someone finally, like, understand what you're kind of talking about. The maturing process, I guess, is what I'm looking for.
Yeah,
Right.
but I was talking more like the cognitive development leaps.
Well, that's
like,
part of it, though.
especially
I'm saying, like, I think
in
the cognitive,
toddlers
I
and
think the
stuff.
cognitive part is the reason why he's starting to develop to where he understanding, like, he's understanding the cause and
Yeah.
effects and these things. Like, I don't think as a kid, you know, you don't truly understand. But now, once you get older and your brain's more
Yeah.
developed, you start being like, oh man, yeah, like if I really do
No,
these
it's
things,
like
I can get real trouble. Or if I do this, I can get real cool things. Like you start to, you know, like I said, just the cogs in his head are starting to think. Which I don't think.
Yeah, that's a really good.
Like a
that's
year and a
really
half
big
ago, I
thing.
wouldn't have said that probably. Maybe two, you know, a year and a half, 2
Yeah.
years ago, he was just being a fucking.
Yeah, when a kid
fucker.
learns like cause and effect, that's a huge step.
Mm-hmm. No, that's huge. Like I said, when they do like IQ tests and stuff for kids, like I said, they put them in a room with like a marshmallow and say, "You can eat this marshmallow. I'm gonna leave for 5 minutes. If this marshmallow is still here, I'll give you 5 of them." And the smart kids will wait because they understand the cause and effect. Like, oh, if I wait on gratification now, I'll get way more later. And that thought, just having that thought process at like 4 or 5 years old, whatever it is a huge fucking precursor to know that this person's gonna probably be successful at school or whatever it is. You know, just education in general because they have the critical thinking part down. That's most of the big, you know, that's the biggest part people can't get over, especially when you're a kid. You just, like I said, you just I want to know, and you want to know. You don't actually think about anything.
Delayed gratification is one of the most powerful properties of being a human. It separates us from other species.
Yep,
And
and
you
it
don't
separates like
develop
the smarter, not necessarily smarter, but like just like better
The
off
more
in life.
disciplined.
Well, just better off in life because
Yeah.
guess what? Like if I don't need the newest, latest, greatest thing now, guess what? I can wait like 3 years and get something really cool and have a bunch of money saved up, so it helps me long term, like future wise, instead of just I need it now, I want it now, I need it now, I want it now. Because like I try to tell that to my kids, like like when I bought my computer and shit, like dude, you know how long I worked and waited, like and saved and this and this, and when I bought this, like you know I could have bought it right away, but then I had to put it on credit, and then I would have to pay, you know, extra and all this, you know, just trying to explain these little things because. Like I said, because now he's starting to get old enough. Like you can understand what I'm talking about. Like because I'm trying to tell him with like his money. Like he'll get money to spend. I'm like, bro, you always say you want this cool ass thing. Just fucking wait like 2 weeks. Like when you're shoveling or cutting grass or whatever, it's like just wait like 2 weeks, and you can have that, bro. Like you can have that. You just have to actually just wait and think about it. Like you're now need of fucking like going to get candy at the gas station or whatever the fuck you're wasting your money on stupid shit. Is not as cool as having a nice TV or a nice monitor or like I was telling him, like I gave him my old like computer shit. It's like, dude, you know, if you're smart, every time you got a couple $100, you upgrade something to these parts and you can have a really nice fucking computer in like a year. You know, like things like that. You know,
You upgraded bit by bit.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you don't got because he's like, I'm like, dude, you don't need you don't need to get a whole new computer right now. If you're smart, you just bit by bit. You know.
That's the way our economy is built on, is instant gratification and
Correct.
consumer culture.
Definitely is.
And escapism.
I don't know. I got lucky because in the whole '08 crash, I was super poor, and after that, I just told myself I'll never be poor again. So I treat myself like I'm poor all the time, even when I have a bunch of money. I just act like I'm poor. Like
Right.
I do splooge. I'm not saying I don't. Like I'm not one of those people like it never does anything. I mean, I don't do a lot, but in general. I always say like I'll try to go like on a week and a half long vacation. That's a long, you know, expensive thing, and then we try to go out maybe like 5-6 times a year. Summer fun.
But yeah, I'm trying to go on vacation soon. I need one.
So like the last 2 years I got
camping.
fucked because my brother and I run the bar or whatever. So like the last 2 years this kid was at fucking like sports shit, so I had to get stuck there. So I didn't get to go on any of my vacations. So I really haven't like my longest vacation like per se is like 4 days, 5 days. I used to go like on a 10-day vacation like once a year at least.
That's what I'm about to do. I'm trying to take a week or two, go
Yeah, just
camping.
give me a week and a half. Like I said, I go up north. I do a fucking puzzle when it's if it's nice, I go fishing and shit. But if it's like shitty weather, I do always do a 1,000-piece puzzle.
Nice.
That's
I
another
just
thing I try to
finished
stress to
2,000
people. Like
piece.
people need to use people need to do more puzzles. Like I think we need to start bringing back like doing crossword puzzles, word finds. Like people our generation need to do that more because that's an important tool to have as a older person to keep your mind sharp. And I think I always say I think my dad's really smart and he's aged really well. I think that's part of it because he does that shit every fucking day. He does word finds and shit.
Yeah, he's continuously working out his brain.
You know, I'm saying that I think we need to get that back in our culture where it's like, hey man, let's do some of these puzzles and shit. You know, let's get our brain thinking.
Yeah, I did a 2,000 piece puzzle I finished about a couple months ago of the Garden of Earthly Delights.
Nice.
It's It's by Bosch or Boch, however you say his last name. He's a painter from the late medieval period. Or late
Yeah,
Middle Ages.
That's pretty.
yeah, I
cool.
probably know which one you're talking about.
See, like
Yeah, I'll send
I
it
do
to the
I do
Discord.
like movies and shit, and then I glue them, and it's like a poster. So I always say instead of buying a poster, I basically make a poster.
Oh,
So like I got like a bunch of fucking Star Wars movies. I got like Harry Potter. I got some Game of Thrones fucking posters and shit like that. Shit I
Oh
like.
yeah.
I'm like, all right, like I said, instead of buying a poster, I'll just make one. Don't worry, give me time.
Here, this is what a wait. Can I send this to the trapezoid table?
Yeah, you can.
yeah, there should be a chat.
Yeah, there's a chat up here.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, this is in the chat. This puzzle's crazy. It took me a long time, man. It's really difficult.
Pieces?
Yeah.
Yeah, the most I've ever done is 1,000. It takes me like 24 actual hours of working. Depends on how many. I don't know how many days, but if I work on that bitch for 24 hours, it'll probably be done in a 1,000 piece. So I don't know what.
Yeah,
What
we have 4
You can try this
cats,
one, then.
so you do the math.
No, I know. That's why I wait till go up north. I don't do it at home usually because of the same reason. I have cats
Yeah.
and kids and shit, so I just don't do it at
Fucking
home.
cats.
But when I'm up north, the garage, there's a table that fucking is empty with shit.
Oh, nice.
That's my fucking area. I'm like, all right. Like I said, when it's like rainy or windy out and we can't go fishing or do whatever, it's like, all right, I'm just gonna sit in the garage and smoke cigarettes and weed and do my puzzle.
Leave me the fuck alone.
I mean, sometimes
Yeah,
my
the
kids will come
mental.
out.
It's very therapeutic. People talk about puzzle therapy now as well.
It does also because it just
It's
takes your
much-
mind off everything. Because like, have you guys ever done the sensory deprivation chamber thing?
No, I'm
Yeah,
I have done
float
it.
tanks. I've
Yeah,
done
the
that
float
before.
tanks. It's same thing to me where it's like you're focused on yourself and the task at hand. Like you're not really focused about, you know, girlfriend problems, kid problems, work problems. You're just focused on this.
Yeah, you just empty your
So
mind.
then, yeah, you just
basically.
that's the therapeutic part because, like I said, your only mission in life is to finish this puzzle and find the next piece and find the next piece and find the you know. So I bet
Mhm.
there is something very therapeutic with that. That makes total sense.
There's a lot of very interesting abstraction and extrapolation properties that are going on during that puzzle solving experience. I recorded a video, I haven't put it together yet, but there are just a lot of cognitive problem solving functions of the brain that are active during that time. So you can look at a puzzle piece and you can examine it by the shape and try to look for other places that will fit that shape.
Mhm.
And you can also examine it by color
Yep.
and look for similar colors around the whole thing. And then you can look for texture and resolution, which is another one. With this puzzle in general, or specifically, I should say, the bottoms and the tops are lower resolution than the rest of the puzzle,
Hmm.
which is really interesting. And that gave me another advantage in putting this together. And then you can also you can zoom out as well and then plan. And so that's kind of the abstraction part of it, where and this is relevant to politics, relevant to philosophy as well. Just the zooming out and zooming in aspect of being a whole cognitive agent. You zoom out to the whole puzzle and you ask yourself, okay, what section of this do I really want to work on?
Hmm.
And then like if you have your puzzle pieces organized in different areas, like I use plates to put
Hmm.
the different
Yeah.
pieces together, and
You know, the process.
so I'll
of
ask
putting it-
myself which. Yeah, it's like section by section, and what area do I want to work on, and which would be fastest for me and most efficient for me to work on. And that's what we should be doing with the brain, and this is extremely relevant to Western and Eastern ways of thinking, which is crazy that you can draw these parallels, but indeed it does seem to be true that there are incredibly potent cognitive differences between the Western mind and the Eastern mind. So the Western brain is very linear and specific and detail oriented. Ian Mickelchrist does a lot of research on this. He's pretty famous for it now. But it's very much the left brain, where it's narrow, focused attention based, and it prefers categorization and certainty. I have like a poster on my wall here. I'm just reading this off of.
Mhm.
It sees parts rather than wholes.
Yeah.
Is relevant to the puzzle. It's mechanistic and reductionist. Prefers linear sequential processing, and fixates on explicit measurable data. and it extracts information from context. So this is a big one. The Westerner is very typically context ignorant, whereas the Easterner is not. There have been tons of studies on this where they'll show an image, for instance, the image of 3 fish in the ocean, and the 3 fish have very slight differences, but basically the same fish. And there's coral reef. There's coral reefs in the background, and there's other images and details of the image in the background. And so they ask the Westerner to look at the image for 5 seconds and then tell me what you see. The Westerners only see the fish. They'll tell you details about the fish, and the Easterner sees the fish and the reefs and all the details in the background. They see the whole context.
Mm-hmm.
And they did another. So I was also watching the Invisible Gorilla video. I don't know if you've seen this. Calling it the Invisible Gorilla kind of ruins the illusion, but there's a video where they have people passing a ball around, and your task is to pay attention to how many times the ball is passed.
Okay.
And in the background, there's a freaking gorilla dude in a gorilla suit who just walks through, and he looks in the camera and waves at you, and then walks past. And then they ask you at the end, "Did you see the gorilla?" And people are like, "What?"
I know, right?
And so the Westerner won't see that, but the Easterner will. There are so many studies on this, and it really makes me think, just what are we missing out on? How deeply seated is this?
Well,
Because I feel that. I notice myself zooming in on details way too much, and having practiced mindfulness and techniques to bring about more context I've improved on that significantly. And I very much zoom out to the context, especially in writing music and in other creative aspects. But to have that instilled from a young age, I believe that would be much more advantageous.
for
I do
sure.
wonder.
You ever watch a show called The Brain Game? It used to be on Netflix.
No.
They do a bunch of these
So-
things like you're talking about. So like, it's basically magicians shit going over like how they manipulate how we think and do stuff because they know how we think and move, or like how the brain works, so they can trick you and shit. And that was one of them where they did that. They had like a whole dance group, whatever, and then the fucking bear walks by and waves, and everyone is like, "Oh, nobody saw it, of course." But they do a bunch of these little things like they put a fucking the gray blob in the middle, and they tell you, are these two different shades of gray? And most people say yes, but when you actually look at it, or like put a plain gray thing on it, it's both. It's just there's a line in the middle that changes the shading and shit, so it tricks your mind into thinking they're different, even though they're exactly the same. And it's just a bunch of these little things where it's just like how people can manipulate your mind without you noticing.
Yeah, I have that image saved in, I think, my neuroscience folder. It's a chessboard with black and white pieces, and the shadow of the cylinder on the chessboard casts a gray shadow,
Mm-hmm.
and it makes it look like the squares are the same or something.
Yeah.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
Anyways,
It's a great show. I recommend everyone watch that show.
yeah.
I just love fucking, like I said, things like that make you think and fucking show you. You've heard of James Randi, right? Or no?
No. Wait, yeah, I think so.
The Amazing Randi. He was a magician in like the 60s and stuff, but then he started calling out like the fake psychics and shit. Like,
Right, yeah, he's the dude who debunks, the famous
Yeah.
debunker.
yeah, I love him, but he does the same thing. Like he does a lot of TED Talks and shit. He goes over to like, like he'll go there with his glasses on, and he's like, "You guys think I can see you? These glasses are just fucking frames. There's no glasses in them." But he's like, "But guess what? I can manipulate you." He's like, "I can make you all think that I could see this whole time," or do little. He's like, "You think this microphone that I'm using is a microphone? No, this microphone's empty. It's a microphone on my shirt." Like just but he does all these things to show that it doesn't matter who you are because you're human. Your mind and shit can be manipulated to. And he's one of those people that will, when he's a magician, he'll take advantage of it. But like now he's just showing people like the actual truth of it. Like, no, man, it's just we know how you think. And when we know how you think, we can manipulate how you think. It's how like mentalism and shit works too. I love that shit too.
Yeah, mentalism is crazy.
It is fucking nuts. I just think it's fascinating because it's the same thing. They just know how to manipulate your brain.
Yeah, people are predictable, and that makes people uncomfortable when they get called out like that too sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's fun. You want to play brawl?
Yeah, I'm checking it. 49, 26, 40.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a friend who's an illusionist, and he
It's an
said he
illusion,
basically
like,
was like pick a number 1 through 50, and he does mentalism, I guess you could say, where he
Yeah.
reads micro expressions in your
Yep.
face,
Yep.
and yeah, just he got it perfectly right.
Of course.
And
The
like
thing is, like
pick a
whatever they were talking about before or whatever was all tricking your brain into doing that number. That's how it all works. Because like I watch enough people go over all this shit. It's fucking fascinating.
Yeah.
oh, this being a pile of shit.
Because like I
right
watched
now.
this guy, he manipulated like 20 different people into saying like Tom Hanks when he's like think of an actor, but he was like talking about like like something about like you got mail and just naming all of his movies without you noticing, like in little phrases and shit, throughout the whole like 5 minutes leading up to the question. And then at the end, he's like, "Yeah, man, who's your favorite actor?" And they're all like, "Oh, Tom Hanks." Like, "Oh, okay." But it's all because he can manipulate
Nice.
how you think because he just making little things that your subconscious picks up that you don't think about.
Yeah, we're predictable meat machines until we're taught otherwise. And even when you're taught otherwise, you can still fall for
I
it.
mean, if you
It's
think
funny.
about it, that's what fucking
It's like a savage.
advertisement is all about: getting your emotion or
Yup.
manipulating your
That's
emotions.
that's why I can't stand advertising because it's disingenuous.
I
Naturally, it's
agree.
inherently disingenuous.
That's why I was listening to Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's like, you ever watch a fucking ad? He's like, do they ever fucking just give you the stats? No, they always have somebody there. You know why? Because they're manipulating your fucking feels. Like
Yeah. What was it? What's his name?
I gotta read some
So
fucking
Sigmund Freud's Sigmund Freud's nephew basically founded modern day advertising, and I can't remember his name because my brain keeps deleting the memory of his name because he's despicable. I realize that. I try to memorize people's names, and I memorize his name, and then I just keep losing it. So, anyways, this dude he took all of Freud's writing and he learned about human psychology, and instead of using it for good, he used it to manipulate people.
yeah, that's what
He's the guy that kind of
advertisement is.
instilled yeah, he basically just set the foundation for a lot of popular advertising techniques today. Yes, we do. I gotta figure out the combos for this weapon.
That's your new one.
This
he
is
said, right?
the yeah, they just released this. Thanks. It's called the Chakram. Yeah, Chakram.
Boom.
Uh, I do gravity cancels. I keep finding one. Dang. Oh, dude left. He said, "I'm not
Mitch?
watching this shit."
No, he said he had to restart
Yeah.
his computer or something. I think. I don't know if it's true or false, but
Oh,
that's what he
okay.
said. He said something about his computer.
Yeah, that's what my brother keeps doing. This like fake out where you dash back.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at that, but I need to get better.
Oh wow, I was trying to fucking dodge you.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I have to like actually learn my moves. Yeah, so I guess it's typical combo. Most combos, like the term, there's lots of terms for this, like you see in Smash Bros. They all have technical terms, but
Yeah.
yeah, the most common like official combo, or built-in combo is over light attack and then over diagonal, and then you follow up with a special attack. So like,
Yeah, like
yeah,
normal,
it
big.
depends on. Like over and then diagonal and then special. Nice. Whoa, what was that? Like that, and then you follow up with that.
Whoopsie.
Oh shit. Yeah, I'm getting lag.
Oh yeah,
I guess I can't stream. Yeah, I might have to get you to stream if you want to.
that's all right. Give me a minute.
Just assume that everyone has better internet than I do.
What up, Mitch?
What's the code?
Hold on. Let's finish. We gotta finish our round, then you can get in. I can't remember it. Fucking A. I tried to jump right over that bitch.
Oh,
It was
I
worth
didn't
it.
know that. Worth it. And yeah, you have 5 jumps. I don't know how many.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know
I
how much
remember you
I've-
get the cancel and the shit, whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah, you
get
can use your
3.
dodge as for like 1, 2, 3, and then a special, and then another special. Or so you get another special if you make contact, but you also get a dodge too that you can use to your advantage to recover. Or just dash, whatever it's called. Yeah. That was smooth.
Oh no. Fucking A. Alright, hold on. I'll stream in a minute. Can't stop watching.
Let me get.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Thanks, man.
Nope, not that one. Brawlhalla. Can you see? Yeah, you can see up top. 49, 26, 40.
Oh, I unlocked a new. Yes, sir. Oh, I got the
29,
actual.
26,
upgrade.
40.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah. So you also have your stances, or what's it called? Your settings, so you can boost your stats. That's what I'm trying to say. Stats. And so the more you play a character, the more you can unlock stats, and you can do 4 stat modifications.
Okay.
So see how I have like a green bar next to the
Yep.
attack,
Yeah, you get an extra boost or whatever for that character.
but it always comes at the cost of something else. So you have to.
Oh, you lose like
Make
your
those.
defense or something. Oh, I see in the bottom you lose some speed.
Yeah. It's worth it because your attack's not that good.
You double back down, huh?
The Captain of Asgard 3. Arena is sweet.
We're Asgardians.
Yeah, this game is all like Viking themed.
Fucking.
Warriors.
I keep trying to look into all this you said shit with all the fucking corruption shit, and I can't find anything like that's actually like tangibly corrupt. I guess I should say. Like, oh, we're giving like condoms to Africa. Like, okay, I mean, I wouldn't say that's corruption. I mean, I guess if you're not for condoms, I guess you wouldn't like it. But you know, say it's like, oh, the Dems are just fucking doing this and this. Like, oh, really? Okay, a little far fetched.
Do y'all think that Trump is going to try to take Panama and Greenland?
Yep.
You really think he's going to go to war for it?
Oh, I don't know about war. Maybe. So, like, I think he wants to do trade wars because he knows that we have the most money. Like, I think that's his vision of war. Like,
If that doesn't work, doesn't that result in actual war?
maybe only because the thing is, honestly, the thing is in general, nobody's gonna fuck with America militarily because they know they can't win. Like, Panama can't beat us, dude. There's no fucking way they can fight us militarily. So, like, I don't think they'll just die for no reason. But I guess there's a chance. But for them, they can just do like we do the tariffs and they do the anti-terror or the opposite tariffs and fucking try to fuck our money. It's about the best they can do. I think we will probably get it if Trump really wants it, he'll get it because, like I said, they just can't really.
That's not good.
It's not. That's the thing. It's imperialism. Like I'm saying, that's the thing. Like
Yeah, absolutely.
we're trying to stop. We've been stopping doing this shit for fucking like 100 years. Why the fuck are we going back? You know.
Yeah, he's pretty power hungry, it seems. And he was more about keeping the peace in his last presidency, it seemed.
Yep.
He was trying to do negotiations with Putin and Kim Jong Il.
I know.
Jong Un. I mean,
I think it was just because America doesn't like them, so he was just trying to be like, oh look it. Like I said, a lot of things with him, it's just all about fucking ego pride with him. Like
yep.
he's always got to be the biggest and baddest, and this and this and this. It's kind of silly.
Yeah, apparently he made negotiations with Canada in his last presidency, and then recently he came out saying
They're shitty.
he was reviewing the negotiations,
I
and he
know.
was like, "Who wrote these negotiations? What an idiot!"
I already know.
And it was actually himself.
Yeah, I know. Well, his people, not
Silly.
him, probably, but yeah. Fucking
yeah.
the whole fucking Canada the new NAFTA we have right now that he talks shit about. I'm always like, dude, how is he talking shit about this when he wrote the plan? Like, it's his bill or whatever you want to call it. This is his trade partnership, whatever, with them. So when he's like, they're raping us, like, well, you signed the deal, bro. What the fuck? You're blaming yourself without knowing it.
It's pretty silly.
It is when you think about it. Like I said, he's blaming himself without knowing it, and then nobody blames him.
It's crazy how he's clearly the worst president we've ever had by far, and yet he has so much support.
Because
He's just such an extreme.
Because it's all conspiracy theorists, people. That's what I always try to help remind people. Like, these are all conspiracy theorists. Like I said, every flat earther is pro-Trump. Isn't that kind of weird? You know.
Right.
No, because they're retarded.
Oh,
You know.
Well, I know, but they're
Disinformation.
conspiracy theorists. That's the whole point. Like, Trump is ran. His whole whatever is conspiracy theory, people.
Get out.
Like, that's who his base is. Like, if you find a Trump supporter that's like a super mega fan, they're all conspiracy people. Like I said, there's Republicans that like him just because he's a Republican. You know, like they just like the D and the R, like that kind of shit. But it like the super mega people, dude. Yeah, they're all fucking.
It's nice.
They're all conspiracy theorists.
Yeah.
That's like
It's-
the one thing.
I mean,
that,
you can get really far by saying it's fake news. Like, you can say anything's fake news,
Correct.
and that's
how do you get famous? By doing that shit.
yeah, you can go very far with that. Denying facts.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because if somebody says something negative about you, guess what he gets to say? Fake news, and then he wins.
Yep.
Of course. What the fuck? Why can't I catch the wall? Like I said, people are so bad now. They don't even know timelines. Like I said, when they blame 2020 on Biden, and I always tell people, it's like, that was Trump. That was fucking president. It wasn't Biden in 2020.
It's very silly.
It is pretty funny.
Just
to me.
emotion first. If we could just teach people, if we could teach people to do critical thinking in school, that would be so good.
That would be that.
Do it. And how do you mandate that? Like, how do you make a federal mandate to change the education system? Because that's what we need.
Well, they're about to get rid of the federal. They're about to get rid of it. So I don't know. We're about to find out what everything happens in a minute. They're about to get rid of.
Did you hear
the
the
Department of Education, bro? So I mean, who knows what the fuck's gonna happen?
Jesus, dude? Yeah, all the good departments are being gutted.
Of course.
I mean, Doge apparently just yesterday, Doge sapped the freaking
Yep.
foreign financial aid
Yep.
department.
Yeah, that's the you said that I was talking about earlier, because they keep saying it's a conspiracy
Oh,
thing, but I can never find any proof of it at all. like, oh, the libs are just using this to funnel money to whatever companies and shit. It's like, are they? Like, we can literally see documents of where everything goes. So I don't know what to fucking tell you.
Damn, dude, you're getting good.
Fuck.
Whoa, what was that? I guess I landed that, whatever that was.
That was some badass bitch. Just kidding.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. All the new characters have really cool looking moves. Yeah. Freaking sick. What's my other
Yeah,
stat
like I said,
mod?
yeah, honestly, if we could teach kids at the youngest age we can how to be critical thinkers and just think with like just think and like actually like figure out stuff, instead of fucking just being told what to do all the time or how to do. That would be a big step.
Yeah, they got to learn it online. I keep finding myself saying this. Everything useful that I learned in life, I learned on YouTube.
A lot of it. I mean, really, yeah. I always jokingly tell people the internet's the best worst thing in the world because you can learn and do anything, but also you can fucking get in echo chambers. You can do dumb shit too if you fucking aren't smart.
Yep.
You know.
I just listened to lectures, like philosophy lectures that I was deprived of in my public education system.
Yep.
And that changed everything.
I mean, like I said, I watch
watched
I watch a lot of science people. I watch a lot of shit that wasn't interesting as a kid, but now that I got older, fucking find fascinating as fuck.
Man. Mugi's got really good gravity cancels, by the way. His down special gravity cancel is really good. Very effective. Both weapons.
Oh, I'm in this one. Fuck, I was looking at the wrong one. Shit.
Whoops.
Fuck.
Yeah, hit somebody.
Not playing well tonight. Nor was I playing well last night. Jeez. Yeah, this is why I like the stage. Just kid trapped in the freaking Thunderdome.
Boom. I seen that, Mitch.
Nice throws.
I got sent.
I got sent. You've been sent to Azkaban.
No, miss me with that gay shit.
What?
Miss me with that gay shit.
Harry Potter.
What? I dodged that.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, you can dodge the timer bombs, by the way, or the sticky
I know.
bombs.
I just. What's the dodge button technically?
What's the dodge button?
I don't dodge
Oh,
ever
no.
per se.
You got to do it. That's a really important element. It's the L key.
That? Oh, that's throw.
Yeah, that's how you do gravity cancels. See, like this.
Oh, okay. That
you do your
button. Okay, then I know what button it is. Then.
Yeah, it's just the dash, dodge,
Gotcha.
dash, dodge, whatever. Same thing. Wow. Let me just jump right into that. That movie's freaking awesome. Very fun character.
Shit, I just killed myself.
Fucking it's suicide yourself.
Ye old KMS.
Boom. Swing for the
I should've
fences.
dodged through. Keep doing gravity cancels instead of dodging through. Yeah, that move. If you gravity cancel with that move, it's very effective. His down special on both weapons are very, very good. Such range.
That move, I know.
You still
It's
got
almost like
another
a
life
cheat.
too. Yeah, he's one of the newer ones.
Fuck. Fuck.
Dunk 'em.
Oh.
Oh, that's what that does.
Makes you a little bubble. Boom.
Freaking bubblegum. No. Stage will save me.
No, it's gonna spike you.
Yeah.
Boom.
It's whatever.
It's whatever. I don't even like this game at all, man. It's-
I don't even like this game. I was having controller malfunctions.
right? I swear to God, man, like the buttons were sticking and stuff, dude.
Oh man, another character. I'm trying to get better with her. All right, I'll use my main.
Not Mickey
I'm gonna
Mouse.
be giants. Rayman is basically Mickey Mouse.
Yeah. He's like a Mickey in a fucking Goofy movie. What's his name? What's his name? Fucking Max. He looks like a cross
Yeah, he's
between
Max.
Max. He's like a cross between Max and fucking Mickey.
Right, that's a good observation.
I love that movie, dude. I don't give a fuck what everyone says. The Goofy
Oh
movie.
yeah, there's shirts that are printed now that's making a comeback.
I hope
You
so.
can get really cool like retro shirts. Into that.
Dude, I mean, it's just one of those greats, man. I don't know how fucking someone says they don't like fucking the Goofy movie. That movie was so good.
Yeah, it got swamped with the Lion King. The movie came out at the same time as Lion King, so it didn't get as much
Oh, I know. I mean, I get it. I get that to an extent, but fuck, man.
Bitch.
Oh, fucker. I went right into it.
Damn.
Oops. Whoa. What the fuck?
I threw you, bro.
Why was I still sweaty?
Because you were fucking working out, bro.
I mean, you touch the ground, you're supposed to lose your sweat. That was really weird. Some kind of malfunction. Oh, I am blaming the game.
I know. I like it. Oh, fuck. I'm done.
Okay.
Just commit suicide.
Whatever. I keep messing up my recoveries. I gotta count the recoveries, and I keep forgetting to count.
Oh, fuck.
Here you go.
Oh, fucker.
Sir.
Ugh.
Gravity cancel.
What?
Boom,
How did that
bitches.
not hit anybody? God damn it.
Oh, fucker.
Damn. Oh, even.
Double kill.
No, fuck off.
Oh, fuck. I missed.
Your golden log.
Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Ooh, very nice.
Fuck.
Oh, missed. That was the my right to swing my fist ends at your face.
I missed it, dick.
That's funny.
That is funny.
Incidences.
Boom. Oh, fucker. Mistimed it. No.
Nothing more weapon. Oh, mistime that.
Oh, fuck. No, I went to push down. Damn it. Fucker.
The axe.
Oh, fucker.
The axe is the best weapon in the game for sure. Well, no, the lance is definitely the most overpowered weapon.
He
But
said he better ask
the
somebody.
axe is the most fun.
The axe is most fun.
Ooh.
I'll be my dancing bitch. Vici.
Oh yeah. All right. If you're gonna be a foot character, I'll be a foot character too. Man?
You hopping out for real, or you got off on accident?
No,
All right. Doo doo.
Show in the fishing board.
The Red Raptor. Yum.
Yeah, all these characters have backstories too. Red Raptor is some kind of anime character that drives fancy cars and has a bike or something. I don't know. But
Right.
you can look at the characters' backstories in the game. Similar to Smash Bros. Too. Damn.
Oh fuck.
What? You just cancel that? Okay.
I thought I had
You
you.
just take
Honestly,
priority.
I thought you already used all your jumps. I was like, fuck yeah, I just did it perfectly. I'm like, never mind.
I don't know how the order operations works. It's like characters have certain priorities, and then if you attack once and then you attack again, the other characters' attack will take priority. I think. I need to watch videos on that. I can play more strategically. What? How did that miss? What? Did you see that?
I did. It was like I did the
It
Matrix.
just went right through you.
I was Neo. Fuck.
Dude, this game hates me, I swear. Bitch.
Oh fucker. Damn it.
Flying bike.
Shirai Rukin. Oh fuck me. Thank you. I needed that.
Oh, I probably could have dodged. Oh, well. Son of a bitch. Bitch.
Oh fuck! I aimed up for some stupid reason. Stupid ass me.
I'll fuck it up. It's yeah, you know her
Fuck.
foot combo too. It's like the typical combo
Yeah.
where it's over diagonal, over diagonal. You can just keep spamming that an endless loop, like so.
Like so.
And you end with the down smash or down special.
You just always go diagonal, basically.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, you do over diagonal, and you can keep doing that until you get them off the map, and then you finish with this
Yeah,
special.
down.
Like that.
Boo.
Yeah, feet are broken. Broken feet.
Mm-hmm. They're known as ass whoopers.
Hmm. There's a name for him too. I forget. Squadron Strikers. That's what they're called for this character.
The red raptor.
Yeah, Red Raptor's feet.
Yeah.
Squadron Strikers.
What do I got? I need 7,000 to get that fancy bitch you got. This Priya, the new chick. She
Yep,
must be the newest chick.
7,200.
Yep, she's the newest chick. I'm at 25.
It's really fun.
Working on it. Working on it.
Are you making coin as you play? Sometimes you don't earn coin.
Yeah,
when
I'm
you
getting
play
like
online.
50 coins maybe a game.
Okay, good.
Somewhere around there, I was getting
Yeah.
that too.
Also, there's bonuses just for logging in. So if you
Yep.
log in every day, you get a bonus, and then sometimes they have extras on top of it. They'll give you another 250 each day or 500. So definitely do that if you're trying to earn coin,
Well,
or just pay $20 to get all the characters.
I'll
You
never
could
do
pay
that, but
physical.
I just play with you, so whatever. Is like I earn coins
Sure.
and I play with you, brother. I mean, it is like every couple of weeks it fucking seems to change characters what you get, you know.
Yeah, every week it shuffles.
Yeah, is that what it is? Week? Okay, because I'm saying like these aren't the same characters I was just playing with like a week ago or so.
Yeah, just play around, find what you like, and spend coin on one, or like save up coins for it.
That's what I'm all about. Like I said, I'm all about waiting. I don't give a fuck. Because I mean, I bought that Vici chick. It's the
Oh, yeah?
first chick I bought, or first person, whatever.
Oh yeah.
Red Raptor's pretty good though. I do like that person. He's a good.
I think it's really fun.
Not sure if I'm a fan of this guy. At least that weapon. I don't like the. I don't know if I like the axes and
he's-
shit. They're fucking so big
he's
and
not very
slow.
Yeah, nobody really uses this character. It seems. I don't want to hear you.
Makes sense. I just try to play them all for now to see which ones are good. You know.
Totally. That was the right move, though. You're supposed to throw your weapon up when you're falling too, like that.
To stop them.
What the pros
yeah.
do. The instincts. Master.
Where's the dreams that happen after?
Wow.
Yeah, that one. Make it look not so
The freaking
bad.
hammer. The hammer has the worst range of all the weapons.
I know. I can't tell where it is.
if you're
If you're
good-
close, I don't hit you. If you're far, I don't hit you either. It's like just the right spot.
Right. Excuse me. I've been hacking up phlegm, not to be gross, but I got to tell somebody about these experiences,
That's
or else I
alright,
keep
brother.
it to myself.
We don't want that.
I stopped smoking about a month and a week ago, so 5 weeks ago, and I'm still hacking up phlegm.
Makes sense. I mean, it's,
Sometimes it's like dark brown or whatever. It's very
Yeah,
gross.
it's all that tar getting out of your system.
you know,
Yeah, it feels good. I can breathe better now. Breathe through my nose better. I'm faster. I think better.
I bet.
It's just some positives all around.
Mm-hmm.
Oops.
What you doing, Mitch? Playing a different game?
At No Man's Sky.
Oh hell yeah!
Is that the one you were playing the
Play
other
that
day?
No, I just downloaded this.
Okay.
Oh, dude, you're in for a treat. That game's super fun and very, very cool writing. They used AI not only to develop the planets, and it's procedurally generated planets, but it's also procedurally generated text. And so some of the stories, like you know how AI works, or like large language models, they have a meta prompt that they operate under. So the designers give them a prompt, and then you prompt with that. And so they have their own built-in themes, and the built-in theme in No Man's Sky is essentially just really cool existential philosophy about life in space.
What the whole thing is, the whole story
Yeah.
is just finding
And so when you
your
talk to,
place.
yeah, and some of them are like it's not all AI. Some of it's physically written by humans and all, but a lot of it's remixing, artificial intelligence remixing. Really cool. There's one I saved a bunch of them. I saved a lot of the really cool quotes. There's one that's something like the human experience is trapped behind the glass visor of the universe, and oh man, I can't remember now. I'm so bad at quoting, but it's really epic. Cool things.
Epic rap battles of history.
It's a cool show.
Dude, I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Those things are fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's kind of like South Park. So it's like, I don't like South Park. Like, there's no fucking problem with you, bro. It's not a me problem.
Exactly.
I think Brandon might be hitting this up.
Cuckoo. I tried texting him earlier or whatever on,
He said he was sleeping.
oh, nighty night.
I join people on No Man's Sky though.
Yeah, if you have a VR set, or if you ever feel like investing in one, they did a lot of really cool VR with No Man's Sky as well, BT dubs. So you can be inside the cockpit and look around inside the cockpit, and it's actually
Neat.
designed for that. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, can I just get a fucking weapon? Thank you.
Oi.
What's about time,
Oh, that-
CB? CB Beauty.
Oh, dude.
You ready to go to Michigan? No, just kidding.
Michigan right now?
No,
Let's
not
go.
right now. I mean, if you drove, no, I have to work tomorrow.
Tuesday.
I have to work tomorrow
You
at
have to work tomorrow?
fucking, what, 8:30 in the morning? I gotta be there, give or take.
God damn.
We got
Shit.
breakfast.
Oh.
We got the break fast, brother.
Break fast? You gonna break people's fast?
Yeah, man, I'm breaking my own fast. Shit's good. We got good breakfast.
Oh, okay. Hell yeah. What we
Me
got
too.
here?
Waiting for you to join
Fast
Brawlhalla, bro. I got like an hour left, probably. Like I said, I gotta wake up
Oh.
at fucking 7:30ish or whatever.
Give me a bit. I gotta. Dude, my eyes are fucked lately. I swear to God. Not smoking weed, man. I swear to God. This has fucked me up. It's fucked me up.
I mean,
Good for you.
I'm a proponent
is
of the
good.
cannabis, sir. So I mean, that always makes sense to me.
It has had benefits.
I'm
like-
not saying it doesn't, but I'm a proponent.
Oh, I know. Trust me.
Sober mind is the best mind. That's where all the best philosophy comes from.
You're probably not right or wrong. I'm saying, but having mental health is important, and that's what weed's for.
Um,
I feel like there's advantages and disadvantages when it comes to mental health with weed. But
I
yeah.
mean, probably, yeah. Well, that's
short
why I
term,
go-
and
yeah, short term.
well, Wally's fine. Wally's fucking. He doesn't have fucking issues. He doesn't have fucking bullshit.
I've been doing
to
it
deal with.
forever. I was kidding. I mean, I do have my
So
problems.
if he didn't, he wouldn't be normal.
Oh,
I know. So I tell people like, "Oh, dude, you're in a good mood." I'm like, "Dude, this face is artificial. It's not a real face. It's not how happy I'm in real life. I'm just high as shit. Don't worry. I'll go to the bar. People are like, "What the fuck?"
I mean, you are happy. It's just
Yeah, it's
yeah.
artificial. So I tell them it's artificial. It's artificial happiness.
Uh,
That was smooth.
That was.
Wait, did you hold down your throw?
Yeah.
You can. Oh yeah, duh. Why did I knew you could do that. I don't want to do that.
Come on, Sensei. You're supposed to know this shit. That's kidding. Joking.
You just look really cool. You're like
did.
spinning your weapon.
Dude,
So it
that
threw me
was
off.
impressive.
Mitch didn't feel like playing.
He did for a minute, then he left us. He's a fucking
my
I'm playing
heathen.
No Man's Sky.
He's a
Yes, I'm
heathen.
a heathen.
I am a
Wait,
heathen.
No Man's Sky?
Yeah,
Anything different with that? Or
I just started. I think I just jumped out of my first planetary
Oh.
bioler, and in order to play online, I gotta go throughout the main quest line. Apparently,
oh, you're just now playing for the first time?
not for the first time, but
Oh,
legit.
Yeah, it's a really fun game. You could improve the weapons. That's my only criticism is the weapons, but yeah, it's whatever.
there's a lot they could do. Like, it's got so much potential. Even still,
There we go. I forgot the fucking cameras in this damn.
there's a video on YouTube called "The Engoodning of No Man's Sky." And it's really good. I forgot who did it, but yeah, like because the fans were super upset.
Yeah, I watched
Yeah.
a review of
Jesus, how am
a
I
breakdown
not hitting
of
them?
how much progress.
The fuck?
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, guns are really pinpoint precision. You have to be right on the money when you use those weapons.
It's by Internet Historian.
Who's your internet historian? Me? This kid.
This guy, Internet Historian.
Oh.
You could be. It could be
Oh
you.
yeah, I think I saw that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And then there's another one. Where I think he was shitting on.
It's a good move.
Fuck, who was it? Was it Fallout 76 video? I need to find it because it's so fucking funny. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with my eyes, dude.
Sit back and wait for my ship to go to the planet. Shit, I started out on a ring planet. Cool.
Oh, the Fallout 76.
Yeah, I did. Did we download that? Then I decided, no, I'm never gonna touch that game. Still
What
want
game?
to play with Bill. Fallout 76.
Oh, really? I never played it.
Yeah. It's
Not
not
a good
bad,
game, huh?
bad. It's not bad, bad.
Everything about Sean Howard is so funny to me. Like,
Tom Howard's a freaking genius, though. I
Who?
will say.
Ron Howard?
Todd Howard.
Oh.
Todd. And Ron Howard, too.
was that what it is? Todd Howard. Okay, what did I forget? Did I say Todd or did I say something
Yeah.
else?
You said Hot Rod, bro. You said Hot Rod.
I'm in a
Howard.
weird hot rod Howard. Hell yeah, man. You got that hot rod.
All right.
No,
Sick. You gonna join?
give me another time. I gotta get my bearings.
I'll give you one more
My
time.
eyes are just not there, man.
Friend them
Bro,
on.
they've been there the whole time, honestly, if it means anything. I never seen you with just open sockets, bro.
Open sockets.
Yeah,
Oh
your
my
eyes
God.
always been there, bro. You said your eyes aren't there.
No,
but
they're
they
they're
are.
really
they're
they're really like
woozy.
watery and
They're woozy.
other things. Then I had some pain in my jaw yesterday.
Well, that's
couldn't,
because of the
like-
cocks, bro. You know, they go right in your mouth and eat
Well, no,
lockjaw.
but
Ugh.
no, my
Sick.
jaw couldn't fucking close all the way though on that side, on the right side.
You're a
my
good
right.
dude, my friend. You're a good dude.
Oh man.
All the innuendos
Son of a
are
bitch.
innuendo.
Let's play. There's a lot of different game styles, by the way. We've only been playing regularly,
What do you
but there's
mean?
one called Switchcraft.
Oh.
I think Switchcraft is where you have different weapons from other characters, and Strikeout, and then Morph. Yeah, Morph stock is sweet. So Morph is where you pick 3 characters and you can switch between them in the middle of combat by
Oh, I
using
think
dodge.
I did play this once online because it was something I had to do for like a daily. I know. I think I did play this one.
Yeah, this is really cool.
It is pretty cool.
And you set your weapon. Voice. I'll be using the axe. Actually, no. I'll use my cool greatsword.
Dude, Bill never responds to me. I feel like Bill hates me now.
I know Bill never answers anytime I text him
I know.
because we talked shit about his mic the one time, and since then he's never came back.
I swear, yeah, I think so.
Hey man,
I
should we
don't know.
should we start a fund? We all chip in like $10. He gets an all right one. Like, you don't need the best
Right,
mic. Just get an
yeah.
all right mic. Just a mic that works.
Dude, this fucking Corsair one, I've had 2 of them so far.
Corsair.
Brandon, you need a better.
I mean, what?
You need a better mic, or you need to boost the input volume of your mic. However, you can do that, because you're always
Right.
quieter than everyone.
Unless you get very agitated, then you're like, ah. Just get
Well, how is this if I'm this close?
a little bit
That's
better.
that's a little better.
A little bit better. It might be. Let me see here. No, it's not noise suppression. I did have a boom, and then I took it off because I think people weren't hearing me as good with that.
Boom.
Boom.
I mean, your boom was still quiet. If it means anything.
Are you serious?
Yeah. That boom you just
I
gave
can
me was
yell, and I can fucking yell, and you guys don't even really hear it.
not that much.
What the fuck?
No, you
Why
can
does
hear
nobody
it.
tell me I'm quiet?
Well, I never thought about it until you just mentioned it. I'm like, well, now that you mentioned it, I'm paying attention now.
I've told you this
Yeah.
multiple times.
I mean, it could be just
Oh.
settings. It could be your mic. I don't fucking know which. I'm stupid, bro. When it comes to this
Let me
shit,
see here.
It
Right.
could be you.
it could
Let me
be. I'm saying it could be a lot of things. I'm just stupid when it comes to this shit, so I don't know.
see. Output volume.
Oh, what?
No,
It
I
could be the
fucking
fact
brought
that
you
you're
the
not
gum
talking
down,
to
bro.
no more.
When it comes to computer shit and all this kind of shit, I do not act like I'm smart. I know where my lane is. I stay in my lane.
dude. You gotta act like you're smart all the time.
No,
That's
bro,
right.
because
That's how you get.
you are
Yeah.
right. I'm trying to stop people from doing that
No,
dumb shit.
I was joking.
I know,
actually
but it's like
joking.
no, but for real, I'm
Yeah,
trying
me
to
too.
stop people from doing that dumb shit. Like, no, have a conviction level appropriate to what your actual like knowledge is, instead of being
Yeah.
I'm 100% true when you know nothing about fucking topic.
I fucking wish I knew things like math, but I fucking don't.
I wish I did too. That'd be
Math
dope.
doesn't matter
It
anyway.
takes time.
It does.
I don't think
actually.
so.
Math does
I really-
matter, honestly. I think math matters more than most things in this world, in the sense of all of our technology, everything we've done
For
relies on
engineering,
math.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're an engineer or mathematician, it
Well, yeah, I'm
matters, I
saying,
think.
but like, think, even like building a house, dude, it's math. Like all this shit, we do is
Like-
math related.
well, that's geometry and basic
Correct.
measures.
Yeah, but that's
It
still
gives
math.
us,
I'm saying math in general. Like,
So, like,
You don't use algebra. Like, so I worked at a giant food factory with 7 connected warehouses. It was huge. It's called Custom Foods of America. They make Panera Bread, soup, and McDonald's gravy, and a bunch of other huge suppliers. And they'll have you do measurements and do division or whatever for the amount of spices that you have to put into food.
Mhm.
But that's about it. I gotta take algebra again for freaking this nursing program. And math is my weakest subject.
It's my
I
worst.
identify as a polymath. Can't do math for shit.
no
suck at
math.
math.
Or, yeah.
So silly.
Let me think.
I don't want
Uh,
to.
so without math, we wouldn't know about dark
Anything.
energy or dark matter.
You wouldn't know
right?
anything.
So
right?
dude, even though,
I don't
like I said,
care what-
everything relies around math. It sucks in a way, but it's true.
yeah.
Or I'm not doing physics. I'm not doing.
You are not, but
I'm not
it
doing
matters for us as humanity in general. But yes,
Absolutely.
that's why I'm saying I appreciate it and I love it. I'm just stupid at it, and I know my lane. Like, I'm not supposed to be smart at math like that. Like the physicists and the people like that, they need to know it. And cool, I'm glad they know it. I love their science.
Yeah, let them deal with it.
Well, man, they're smarter than me. Like, so especially
Exactly.
when it comes to that
Professionals.
subject, for sure.
Yeah, I ain't gonna fucking question them.
No,
No,
Well, I mean,
you
I'll
question
question
everything.
How
No,
did you get to this? Or
you
like,
should
you
question
know,
it, but not me. Smart
Yeah,
people
I'm
should.
joking.
I would say smart people should question. People always like, you're supposed to question science. I'm like, you're right, but not you. You're dumb.
Yeah. You a
When
dumb
science people test up to, or question it, that's great. That's like how humanity gets better, but not you, Mr. Conspiracy guy that thinks they know what the fuck they're talking about for some reason.
Oh,
I do.
fucking bully.
He was a bully. I don't like it.
That's a fun mode.
Yeah, it's cool. I thought you had to die. I thought like you died with each character. I didn't know you could switch midway through.
I think
that's a
my eyes are
different
just
mode.
too uncomfortable to play.
What?
It's just gonna fucking suck. My eyes are too
Sounds
uncomfortable to
like
play.
it sounds like
I'm a bitch.
pusillanimous. Sounds like
Pusillanimous.
a pusillanimous type of
Yeah.
description of your condition.
Yep.
Oh, you're a platypus.
Where does that come from? Pusillanimous.
It means to be a coward.
Coward.
Literally, that's the original term. It's a fancy way of calling someone a coward.
That's funny. That's the connection between pussy and.
Holy shit.
Probably is.
Jeez.
The original word is
I did not
pusillanimous.
know that.
So if you really want to insult somebody and sound incredibly snarky, say it like that. Call them a
What-
pusillanimous.
What does dick come from? Like you're being a fucking dick, you know?
I
Is
don't
that
know.
just? Is that just?
Oh, some guy named Dick.
He's such a Richard.
Yeah. Why? The real question is why did Richard become Dick? Because it has nothing to do with the other.
Right.
It was a rhyming thing in the fucking Middle Ages, I think.
Very
Rick.
dickory dock.
Yep. They used
Didgeridoo,
to.
the pigeon jumped into the stew.
They used to fucking like do nicknames based on like rhymes and shit.
Yeah, nursery rhymes and shit for sure.
I'm
horde is
learning
pretty
all the
cool.
languages I can on this game.
What?
Oh yeah,
No
that's
Man's
pretty cool.
Sky.
Oh.
You gotta learn the languages.
I think philology would be a fun thing or it's etymology or whatever, just to get all the way down to the nitty gritty of all the words, because I'm
Well,
starting to think all that shit has unconscious effects without us knowing. Like I
Well,
think there's so much going on.
Words,
like,
especially
that
in
we don't
English,
even
because
know
we're an adaptation of every word, is like evolution, bro. Like Arabic people moved up north, they started learning some of their version of like Spanish and shit. They adapted and became Italian or whatever. You know, like this moved up here, they moved there, they adapted slang, different words. You know, different words, different slang, everything. You know, like every country, every culture has its version of it. It's pretty fun. Like I said, it's literally just
Wait,
evolution.
Did Arabic actually affect Italian through their holding the Iberian Peninsula?
I mean, I would have guessed. I'm about. You want me to look? I can
Well, I mean,
double check. But
That's like a lot of because I
Hold on.
just moved. I mean, words move around so much.
especially in English, because like I said,
so-
English is like all the languages kind of combined, especially like American English.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have a little bit of Jew,
Yeah, no,
we have
so
a
it's
little
like
bit of Hindi,
Germanic.
we have a little bit of everything.
French.
Yeah,
You know that French was like the language of the ruling class after William the Conqueror fucking, invaded and conquered England, right?
yeah.
Yeah, like
So yeah, when the Arabs conquest like went to Spain and shit, they conquered them, and I guarantee that's when they kind of got their different slang of like Arabic and whatever they're speaking in Spanish at the time, probably all the way.
I mean, it would be a Proto-Spanish for sure because languages changed a lot.
I know. I'm
Like-
saying, what do you think?
Isn't
They spoke,
Proto-Spanish just Latin?
what do you think they spoke in Spain in 600? Let's see.
It could have been Latin. Could have just
Could've
been
been
straight
Latin.
Let's see. That's a good
What
question.
did Spain?
That's what came before Spanish.
Damn, dude. I just got a new multi-tool for free. 1.5
Yeah,
million.
their language is primarily vulgar Latin.
Thank you.
So would that would have been
Like,
something from
the Romans.
the Romans, and then who was fucking there, like the Goths or some shit, or the Visigoths or the
Yeah, one of them. Yeah, from back in the
Gauls,
day.
or I don't
Yeah. No, the Gauls were Germans. I know that.
German.
Yeah, the Gauls were Germans. I think you're right with the Visticon. Oh, no. Well, maybe because that's where maybe vulgar and Vista maybe link up like words. Maybe.
Okay, yeah. Spoken Latin is another word for vulgar Latin.
Yeah,
as
I see it
guess
right now.
opposed to
I see it
written,
right
yeah.
now. I actually just saw that.
That's funny. Hispano-Romance varieties.
It's
yeah.
from the
what they're called.
peninsula by the Romans after their occupation of the peninsula that started late 3rd century BC. So 3 centuries to 600 AD. It took them like 800, 900 years to fully adapt to spoken Latin to become like.
Another
Hmm.
another thing I know about is that like there wasn't a standardized Italian language throughout Italy until like the 1800s. Like they were all divided into their provinces or whatever. Their I don't know the right word for it, but they had local dialects that wouldn't be like intelligible to other dialects, and so they had to
Uh-huh.
standardize it.
Yeah, like now you're gonna make me Google this shit. Like the evolution of language is fascinating.
Yeah, I think so
It's-
too.
It is.
Includes evolution,
You know-
divergence,
okay.
development of language throughout time, and reconstructions based on glottochronologically comparative linguistics, written records, and other historical linguistic techniques and shit. Like it's fucking,
Okay, so like I think I've said this before, but like Finnish and Hungarian are not Indo-European. They came from somewhere else.
the people or the language or both.
The Nords, the Nordic Scandinavian languages.
No. Just the Finns, and
Them two specific, I'm saying were they conquered or what happened?
I think there was a migration from I don't even where did the
Visit
Uh,
there.
so they're like a different language group. So Indo-European, that means Indian, like dot not feather, obviously,
Uh-huh.
and European are both traced back to the same language group. Like they're part of the same
Hey,
lineage.
I'm just gonna say I'm from my mom's from the Levant or middle or Lebanese and shit, and it says that between 12,000 years ago and 18,000 years ago, the language started there. Bam! You could thank me for language, bro.
Oh goddamn! Oh yeah, yeah. You're
You can
very
thank
good
my
at it,
fucking
Wally.
mom.
I can tell.
My mom's a shit. Oh,
Uh,
are we teammates?
What else was I gonna say?
Zombies.
Okay, I didn't. See,
So
I was like trying to hit you. I'm like, wait.
So for the Scandinavian languages, Sweden, Norway, and Denmark are technically the only actual Scandinavian countries. They don't, for whatever reason, include Finland in that. And if like Finland has a weird history in general, but so Iceland was settled how long ago? Like 1,000 years ago or
I don't
whatever.
know. Honestly, I never looked into Iceland.
And
It's never
so
been my-
Iceland is the closest that of all of these
Fuck it,
Norse languages, all the Norse language groups, to Old Norse. Like I think it's what I read was like it's almost the same thing as Old Norse, which is a really cool factoid. And then what else would there be? I got yeah. So Sweden, I think is
Oh, it's just me? What the fuck? About to quit.
Swedish is like
Flame mode.
the main language, I think, between the groups. And then, like Danish is really hard for the others to understand because when they talk, they have they say certain
The
vowels. So people will say they sound like they have like an egg in their throat or something,
Yeah, it's like
There was a guy, Lang Focus was the guy that I watched a lot. Let me see what. Let me see.
Oh.
Have you ever listened to like real? Have you ever listened to fucking Lebanon like Al Qaeda people talk for real? And like the
Yo, the-
no. Oh yeah, dude. They have.
Yo, there's a really funny
Yeah.
a really funny
They got
video I saw of it was a Lebanese person trying to say literally. Hold on, I'm gonna find this. It's just really funny and
I bet.
not racist at all. It's just very funny.
Dude, I don't even give a fuck if it was per se. If it's funny, it's funny.
So like people have trouble with English words because we like not even the spelling. The spelling's like a whole nother issue, but the amount of consonants that we are able to speak in like a row, like within a conjunction,
Uh-huh.
that's what people have trouble with. Like, watch the video where they were showed French people.
Oh wait, I can.
Try to speak.
Yeah,
these
I'm
words.
gonna share my screen. Here we go.
Okay.
That's funny.
All right. Let me get on Discord then.
Let me see this.
Yeah, this is really funny.
Literally.
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 Literally. Ya Allah.
Literally.
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 That is funny.
Somebody said it sounds like he's drowning.
Kind
That's
of.
really funny.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you ever listen to like them talk for real, dude, it's very. They got a very hard like, like Just the sounds they make.
Like they're just constantly hatching up phlegm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cow.
it's that is interesting that arose. That's how that sound came about. Same thing with the Jewish language, which is not called the Jewish language. God, what the fuck?
Hebrew.
Ancient Hebrew has the hawking sounds,
Yeah,
but
same as Arabic. Yeah.
that didn't trigger the insular cortex disgust response, which came much earlier than
So
the language development.
phoneme would
very-
be a word for that specific sound.
Phone.
Right.
Phoneme.
The phonemes, yeah. Hold on, I have to rejoin. 492640.
I guess phonology would be like the
Are we gonna do
inventory
the
of
zombie
sound.
shit again or no?
Oh no, let's do something else. That's
All
super
right.
lame. My bad.
No, we could have. I just wasn't prepared for it. I picked a different character.
Let's just do regular. Oh wait, I think you have to change it now. My bad, bro.
Oh, how do I do?
So
that?
hit X.
Yeah, I seen that. Okay. What's Snow Brawl?
And
Just
then
fighting
just-
snow.
That's super lame too. It's kind of fun for like 2 minutes. think it's really
What's
boring.
Brawl down? Just normal.
Yeah, I think it's called normal.
Timed, I guess maybe. No, not got. No. Stock life right there.
It's the next time. Yeah, it's stock. That's
how,
what it is.
how do you make it before? Wait, I see it now.
So yeah, go
I
down
got
to
I got
lives
you, brother. I
or
figured it out.
whatever,
I ain't the
and then
smartest
go down to
bug.
test features.
Going on what?
And down at the bottom is test features. You want to turn those on, and then test maps on, and map set all. So when you go to map set, just press over to the right once, and
Gotcha.
that'll make it all.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Bam. We'll go with this bitch. I guess it's a dude, I think.
Sick. Oh, you also have to initiate. Must initiate.
Let's see what
Yeah, dude. I need to start. I should look into all this. It's kind of cool. Fucking language.
The language stuff.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, because I'm reading it
linguistics,
like ancient
basically,
Arabic,
yeah.
because most of it derives from that area. So I'm like, all right, let's read like ancient Arabic.
Yeah.
What the fuck? How does this roll? You know?
There's over
Yeah.
12 million words in Arabic and only about 2 million words in American English.
Jesus.
Isn't that crazy?
So many context-based words, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, because also like these people also maybe they're like similar to fucking like Spanish people where they do you know, what's it called? Fucking masculine, feminine. you know,
Oh.
many.
Oh, the,
Like one word might have like eight.
inflection?
Like yeah, the one word might have fucking 8 different words for that one word, or different versions.
I
I
don't know why
guess.
I'm always...
That's just a really old language. Although we have 2 million English words in the American English language, but we also borrow all the other languages too, like we were
That's what I'm
talking
saying.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Inflection.
But they have just way more specific words.
As opposed to word inflection. Or voice inflection. Word inflection, voice inflection. Yeah, I'd like to see how many fucking like inflections some languages have, dude, because I would be so fucking confused. I would just, because we're English speakers, we're so freeform, you know, like we don't have to speak things in a super strict like syntax, you know, or whatever syntactic order to convey meaning. Like it's so free. And that's why I fucking love English, but
We're
you know,
free
I love
Americans.
other language too.
Freedom.
You know, other languages.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Free.
No, you're good.
Just being American.
Freedom.
America,
Freedom speech.
Freedom.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I wonder how much
Fuck.
language difference
Holy shit.
relates to
Everything.
cultural inability
Ah.
to fucking,
Thing apparently.
you know, understand.
Oh my god, and I
culture.
missed.
I dodged you.
Boom. Nothing.
Wow.
You know what? Like
dude.
Trinity says in Matrix, dodge this.
Right.
Right.
You right, mate.
Oh my god, I fucking missed.
Yeah, Reno's so good with fucking, because like his attacks are just so safe.
Yeah. The guns are a little tricky to use too. I don't usually play guns.
Well, that's why we're Americans, bro. We play with guns.
Ooh, that was good, man.
Us Americans know how to
That's
play
right.
with guns.
Okay. That's right. Did we talk about how there's more guns owned in
people?
America than people?
Yep.
And that's just legally owned guns? Registered weapons? Crazy balls.
I mean, the thing is, I don't even I don't care about the guns per se. It's just people need to know how to deal with them and fucking not be fucking.
Yeah, use them right.
Well, that and you gotta fucking dude. Like, we can't have crazy people having guns. You know, like there's a part of it too. Like, we gotta have better mental health.
There's a
fucking
big
checks
debate
or fucking
we
whatever
had
fix
over this.
people's mental health.
That's one of the kind of middle ground things that I try to look at with this mental health crisis that we're in, and the overuse of mental diagnoses as excuses for people. That's what conservatives do when they try to say it's not a gun problem, it's a mental health problem. And it's definitely both.
It is both.
The
That's-
fact that people have easy access to guns, their parents just leave
Well, that's what
out.
I'm saying. Like, we need to have better red flag laws, or like allow them. Like, dude, if we, like I said, if you have any kind of, or even like I said, even like if your parents are fucked up or whatever, or something like, you know, like maybe you shouldn't have a gun just at that house because somebody in that house is fucked up. Like, I would be more restrictive on what the red flag laws are or whatever that we allow. Or
It's too powerful of a weapon. I mean, a gun is an instant kill button.
yeah, it can be.
It can be very quickly used that way, and that's
Yeah.
the same thing for people that have suicidal tendencies.
Yep.
When I-
Yeah, that's who kills
When I
themselves.
had-
That's who guys from guns
So-
mostly. It's not even like shootings per se. Like, it's usually suicides.
I have a friend who took their life with a gun too, and I considered it myself. And I mean, my father got a gun, and he showed it to me, and I remember having an instinct to ask him to hold it and then to use it to take my life. It's just it's so easy. It's such a quick answer,
Choice.
and I think
Yeah.
it's very dangerous. It's a new technology that we don't understand yet. We're used to using spears and knives. Not something that can just delete people instantly. That's pretty stupid. They are pretty fun.
Oh yeah.
I'm saying it's all about we gotta have better mental health and fucking red flag laws. Like I said, we need a combo of both. Like, it's not like anything. It's not one. There's no one answer. You got to do a multitude of things to fucking fix the issue.
Well, oh, you can hold that down. You can keep using that.
Oh,
I didn't know
wow.
you can do that.
No, I was trying to learn how to
Yeah,
do something.
you're
too.
reading what?
I think it's playing zombie
I
shit.
said I was trying to learn how to do something. We were playing zombie. Hey, Brandon, you gonna get on?
My
Brandon.
fucking eyes, man.
Your eyes still.
Six
let
Excuse-
me let me relax. My God,
More carrots.
Doug.
Bro, I took
Yeah,
a
man.
3-hour nap.
I went fucking
know.
crazy earlier writing some shit, and you guys didn't even fucking read it.
I had to
'cause you guys
fucking
are-
work, bruh. I worked, and then
the
then
general-
Patrick and had him
No, I-
out.
I finished it on my Facebook. Some weird shit pertaining to dude. It's fucking weird.
Good.
Synchronicity.
If it means anything, I'm trying to learn
it's
all the
fucking weird.
time, bro. Too. So
So like, I'm basically riffing off of Dave Gillespie with this stuff, trying to explain
You're a
how people
grifter.
can
He's a
predict
grifter.
shit through like reading synchronicities. It's weird shit, so it's nobody's gonna fucking take it seriously.
That's
like
not
in
true.
the scientific community. Well, not nobody, but so it relates to semiotic regions and all that bullshit. You know, let's come up with the notion of
Wait a
semiotic
minute, where's
hierarchy.
my new what incarnation? I have a new color for this character. Oh, there we go. Wait, no. What? Missing a color. I don't know why. That's very strange. What's wrong with my game?
Oh yeah, so
Color.
like Dave talks about the Great Mesopotamian conjunction and shit. You know, he's been talking about like this extinction. I don't think he means actual extinction.
what do you think he means?
Just talk about that a lot.
Yeah,
I don't
and
understand him a lot of the time.
it's because, dude, he's literally in the abyss, basically. Like I say, like he's in a problem space that none of us fucking see because he's like he's trying to prove certain prophecies that Jung had.
Mr. Carl Jung?
and
Dang.
it relates to also some shit that Paul Erdos said, said about that, because I think Jung was influenced by Paul Erdos, or one way or the other. He was trying to map the mind and like society, like the shape of the wave.
Fuck.
So he's just using overly esoteric jargon, basically.
Yeah, and that turns me off, or it just confuses me. I try to speak plainly online, but after a while, I can only expend so much mental energy to try and shift into different modes of reading. I noticed this when I try to read, say, John Dewey versus Spinoza versus Steven Pinker or something. It's hard to transition between different styles, and I think that's why people aren't as effective on social media as they want to be, because they want to talk from the prose aspect. They want to talk in a way that sounds good to them instead of in a way that makes sense to everyone that they're trying to get across to.
It's
That
difficult.
really, it's like it sounds like craziness. Like it sounds like you're mentally unstable when you talk like that. Unless you're doing it like you can do it in person, and then it becomes more sane.
So for him, he's literally having to. It's hard to explain because he has to be super intuitive. Like that's how it is. Like he has to be so immersed in the problem space, so to speak, to even get this stuff out. So he has to use whatever prose he is most accustomed to using to write this stuff. And it's
almost.
In his recent one of his writings today, I told him like, "Oh man, your writing's improving. Like I can tell. Like I know the thinking you're doing is taxing, so it's hard to fucking write it in a way that's accessible." Because it is hard. It's so fucking hard to write shit in a way that's accessible.
Yep.
And like
treat people like they're
and
five.
like it slows down your momentum when you have to fucking, so like there needs to be a degree of humility, because or at least like willingness to part with like let go of the momentum, like just to be like, okay, I'm gonna come back to this later, and I'm gonna like translate this in a way that's accessible to other people. And I think he's kind of getting to be able to get into that mode, because he was a teacher. Like he obviously knows how to fucking talk. He just
Gone.
he's just thinking he has to give up some. He has to sacrifice linguistic ability or accessibility for concentration on what he's trying to say, because it's deep stuff. The stuff that he talks about is really deep.
Right. I think it's when he talks like that in comment sections, that's where it's hard to understand, because it sounds like he's in his own world. You can do that with a post, I guess, but I mean, nobody's setting the rules for these exchanges, and so people kind of get lost. Like that other guy that I had to kick from the chat, he was just very in his
Chris,
own yeah, your drunk British friend or whatever.
yeah,
he
called me to like he's very he's out there. I mean, yeah.
What do you mean out there?
He's just not governing in the sense where he wants to be
Yeah.
Oh fuck, I missed.
He's just very nonconformist, I guess,
What kind of
Fair enough.
conformist?
No, in a sense, like he's not like, he's just being himself, being excited,
Wow.
and he's not paying attention to the
Context?
pre-existing conversations, and like I don't know, like not respecting the pre-established like norms of communication. It's
Right.
what he did wasn't that bad. It just came across as not trying to engage seriously, and like it was very, what's the word for it? I don't even know. I think he was offended by that, by the way. So
What?
he is a smart guy.
Oh yeah, no, he told me that in the messenger, and then he blocked me after that.
Mm.
I told him like, you can't just say that you're making fun of the people in the chat.
Oh,
but you
that
don't even know
too.
them. Like you just
Yeah.
met them. You can't. That's not a joke. People take that seriously, man.
Yep.
And then he's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"Well, this was clearly." He told me in Messenger, "This was clearly a joke, though." And I was like, "No, there's. It's not clearly a joke. You have to know people before you can mess with them, bro."
Yeah. Yeah,
that's
he
the
was
point.
joking. I'm pretty sure he was joking, but yeah.
Of course.
See, I struggle with that too because I like to talk shit to people. Like I really do. But
Yeah, I feel
There's
you.
the point of other people if not to mock them.
just you know, I'm a roaster.
Are you not entertained?
It
not
takes
to
time
entertain.
to establish that trust. You can't just jump right into it.
I mean, look at Gordon
Yeah.
Ramsay. He's a
Context,
perfect person for
Fuck.
that.
And he does that in context because he
Yeah.
knows that that's in the context of the show that he's doing. It's an entertainment move
For sure.
to do that.
Yeah.
And you have to wield ignorance. of
Fucking
context.
donkey.
Are you idiot sandwich?
Dude, it really is. Like, we have a terrible problem with context in the West. We were talking about this before you got on, Brandon. There are tons of studies on this, on how the Western mind is very left-brained and very ignorant of context. And it's now being diagnosed as criteria for autism. And that makes people think that that's just part of being an autistic person, because autism is now an identity. That's a type of identity, and it's a group of people. And so that's just reinforcing that as a mindset, and it's just making people more ignorant of context. And this is where you get the idea of scripting, where people say, "No, I'm on a rant mode." People get into
Ran away, bro.
the scripting where you talk about it like, I have to learn communication habits to establish typical context-based communication habits, and I have to memorize these, and it's uncomfortable to memorize them. And that's part of the learning process, is learning how to embody that context and learning how to speak in certain ways in different settings and engage in different social settings. Otherwise, you're going to seclude and recluse into your own little world and take these mental health days where you do everything that is not good for your mental health. Just eating a bunch of bad food and laying around all day, not getting exercise, and playing video games and escaping.
Basically, what you want to do is completely detox and get away from everything. Basically, just
It's
pick up.
That's
it's
the
like a
idea,
way.
but it's counterintuitive. That's counterproductive to go about that route. Real mental health is getting exercise, eating right, and going out and socializing and challenging yourself.
Yeah,
You
is
do
true.
have limits. Yeah.
It's a hedonistic approach. It's a
Yep.
muter for the problems. Yep.
Like,
Suppresses.
don't engage in like anything that is electronic at all. Just cut yourself out of all communication for a day and just go out and go
Yeah.
fuck off for nature.
That's what I need to
and
do.
find you.
That's what I was thinking.
Hey, you know,
Yeah,
Man,
hey
go take a
Brandon, hey Brandon,
nature vacation.
you go to
What up?
Michigan, all you have is your phone. If
What? Okay, what?
you go to Michigan, all you have is your phone for like a billion hours.
Yeah,
Like
I
eight-
can do that, man.
it's
I
18
can do
hours.
that, no problem. Yeah, dude, me and my little brother went hiking on the North Shore. I told you about this, but
Mhm.
that was fucking challenging for me because I'm not in as good a shape as I was a year ago, so I gotta get that back. I gotta get my walking habits back. I used to walk pretty much like every fucking day, fucking yeah,
Good.
like Emmanuel Kant style, but
Good.
not at the same time.
The best
Yep.
solution for that, man, I can tell you right now. Just fucking do it.
Yep.
Just do it.
Play disc golf.
I
Do
gotta
it.
get my I used to
Do it, man.
be super good. I've just been dude, I've been in that mode where I've just been writing.
You're
and
not
I just
George
got
R. R. Martin.
scattered and well shit.
Bro.
I'm not talking about writing
I know you're
fiction.
not.
I'm talking about writing
I know you're not. I was
philosophy,
fucking around, bro.
psychology and shit. Yeah.
I know. I was just fucking around. I was putting my dick in a circle because I was just fucking around.
In the
bro.
circle. So not having weed has actually been working out. Like
I'm
I
gonna roll a
have
couple
the
cigarettes, right back.
penetrative ability. I've sort of retained that, and now I've circled to being able to connect it to adjacent, systems that I've constructed or whatever, adjacent.
Oh yeah, bro.
So I'm getting better. I'm getting better. So in my little fucking meltdown, which I have no fucking choice but to fucking do that because I don't have any other fucking way to vent aggression. I don't know.
You can write it
gotta go
out
to
and
mosh
then
pit.
decide whether or not you want to post it.
But It has
Write it up first and then decide.
positive benefits because it forces. I don't know. It has positive benefits. I swear to God, for everybody involved. I explained it earlier in a post. There's just too much
You
shit
can
for
also
me
go to
to
a mosh pit, like Meech
read
said.
my bullshit. Huh?
Go to a mosh pit, go to a metal show, like
I
Meech
don't-
said.
I don't want to fucking meet them.
I'm fucking sore
I'll
from
fucking get
that.
pissed off. I'll get pissed off. I'll fucking
Oh
hit
no.
somebody. I'm too old for that shit.
Yeah.
Too old for that shit.
It's good to headbang. I like headbanging.
Yeah, I like to go to the shows and you know, feel the, you know, the sound, take it all in.
Yeah, man.
The last show I went to was Zach Sabbath, you know, Zach Wild's Black Sabbath tribute band, and that was fantastic.
Nice.
Oh, and then there's also my buddy, like my female friend Francesca and her husband Dean. So he plays in a band that does mostly covers, and he plays some places in Anoka. Like what is it? Fucking, I don't remember the fucking name of it. Like Tavern 101 or whatever the fuck it is. It's on like 3rd Street, I think. If well, fucking Paulie's not here, so. But they're really good. They're fucking great, and I gotta go see them more when they play.
Somebody's opening a window up on the end.
Ew.
Today is the day to achieve.
If you believe it, you can achieve it. Isn't that what they say?
That's right. Believe in your dreams.
Well, no matter what, I always use the thing like, if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else is gonna fucking believe in you. Might as well fucking do it yourself.
That's right. Set small goals and also big goals.
Mm-hmm.
Set small steps for big goals.
Yeah.
First you gotta believe, then you gotta achieve, and then you gotta find a way to make money, and then forget about the other two things that I told you.
I use we make profit. Then what do we do after that?
We fuck them.
No, from underpants. No, he's like, first we steal underpants, then we
Oh
then we make profit.
It's step 1, steal underpants.
Yep.
Step 2, question mark.
Yep.
Step 3, make profit.
Yep. Like, how do you make money off this, guys? I don't know, but we just do this, and then we don't know, and then we make money. Such a good episode.
I think it's cool how our group all has like interconnected goals, but not like the same exact goals, you know? Like,
You guys can rock all the philosophy shit. I just learned too because it's fun, and it's probably good to have. It's always good to have better knowledge and understanding.
like
I'm trying to do politics.
I'm
like
mostly a theorist. Like I'm an idea guy, but then I got a little bit of like a foundation too. Like that's
oh shit.
sturdy-ish
But
for like intellectual history.
I want to change people's political minds where they can fucking make them be not so
Oh.
retarded. That's always
My
my
mom's friend, Deanna, she's almost 60, but she knows a lot of shit. She's a conservative.
Uh-huh.
I think we should talk to her
That's
because
fine.
she would be very interested. Like she's good faith
Mm-hmm.
for the most part.
What do you think
and,
of the dude from yesterday?
which
The dude that called yesterday.
dude is that?
John. Remember yesterday we were.
He seemed like a typical conservative.
He's a conservative, but I mean, like at least.
him.
Yeah, I mean, like he wasn't the worst. At least he was like, you know, if you could get me on Medicare for all, I figure I'm like, oh, at least I give you props. At least you could at least think about the idea instead of fucking just being like, it's stupid.
Well,
it's
he
a little
seemed
things.
like,
I
he was
appreciate-
open. He was open at least.
That's
you
what
know?
I'm saying.
Like, or at
I
least-
appreciate
yeah,
the
he's
little
on the
on
wins.
surface.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe
Yeah.
it wasn't, but at least on the surface. That's what I'm saying. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's a little
Yeah.
wins for me with a lot of them because a lot of them are just don't. Like I said, you can't name one bad thing or whatever. It's like, come on now.
Oh, dude, Deanna will. She'll talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. Like she'll keep going on and on. Like trust me, she's fun. She's
That's
great.
why she can always come out, dude.
She-
I
yeah,
always want to talk to more
absolutely.
Republicans. That's who I really want to talk to more than like liberal. Like liberals are cool, but it's like we all agree mostly. I want to talk to people I disagree with, so I can fucking actually try to change
had,
their minds.
I had to
Or
get
at least
heated with her today
set the
and
scene,
yesterday, the
I
day
guess.
before. But
There's always certain people that you might not get them, but you can.
she's not pro global war. She doesn't believe in
Not
man-made
global warming.
global warming or whatever.
She
Yeah,
does or doesn't?
anthropogenic global warming. I'm not sure. So like, she doesn't seem like she is, but she seems like she's willing to be open to it. And I told her like, dude, no, you can't discount like the amount of carbon increase that has occurred and the fact that we don't have enough carbon sinks to fucking make up for it,
Oh, fuck.
yada yada yada. And look at Venus. Look at how
she's-
Venus is
I
Fucking-
fucking got high.
way further away from Mercury, and it's got CO2 in its atmosphere.
Yeah.
It's hotter than fucking Mercury. Like
Yeah.
that's
He's shot.
CO2. That's the greenhouse effect.
It is.
Basic shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the closest planet's not the
That's
hottest.
what the facts.
It doesn't make sense logically, but it is.
Because of an atmosphere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking with Steven about this, my fucking, libertarian friend, and we kind of talked about the facts of climate change and how the vast majority of scientists all agree on this, and how the fact that because you're not a climatologist, you don't know. Same thing with the COVID-19 vaccine. Like,
Yep.
you're not a virologist, so what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And so he basically got down to saying that I just don't want to be. I don't like it when science tells me that our behaviors could be equating to the downfall of man, or could be spelling existential doom, or something like that. Basically.
I know, but that's stupid.
Like, does he think that that's
That makes
only
sense.
with
Like,
the
I think
view
that's
of
the-
religion?
I know. I
I
appreciate
think
the
that's the
honesty,
majority of the conservative arguments, is that they just don't want to live in fear, and that's what they say.
but
they literally
but
say
honestly, that's bullshit because
don't
most of them are
wanna live in
religious
Then
and they're
fix it.
fear of hell and all this other bullshit. So that's even a lie. Like I get what they're saying; they might
that.
think
Well,
it, but
there's,
I don't believe it.
I mean, with the conservative religious thing, the conception of fear is a little different there,
Well,
because
that's the
that
worst
affords
fear.
judgment.
Yeah, that's the worst.
That
fear
affords,
because it's not
like,
just
you
for
can
now;
tell
it's
people that they're going
forever.
to go to hell. Right.
Like-
But I think there's also superiority involved in that when they tell when they can judge other people for that, and then they're going to be, they kind of get this retribution mindset.
I know, but how many far right or
judgmental.
like super religious people go like we're God fearing Christians and shit? Like, come on now.
Oh god,
Like,
those are the
literally,
worst.
that's like one of their go-to phrases. Like they're God fearing, like aka
That's my
they're
point.
fear.
You
Like
wanna
how many of
be
these
like
people?
that?
I mean, how many people are religious because of the fear of hell? I bet you at least half. At least half of.
Yep. That was certainly me.
That
And
was?
my parents are still like, "Dude."
I know, I get it. I mean, it is a fucking big thing to fucking get over, man. It's hard. But like I tried to
Religion
tell
is the
someone earlier
epic-
today, it's like ghosts and all this other shit. Like, it's funny. Once you stop believing in it, you don't fear it. Like I don't think about it. I don't worry about it. Like it ain't nothing to me because I don't actually worry about it no more.
Yep.
I'm like starting to head toward that direction where I want to like prove ghosts exist. I want to prove there's like a spiritual realm,
Good
but
luck.
not like a religious
Careful.
one.
A guy would have paid you $1 million to do it if he could have done it before.
I mean, I obviously don't believe
Thanks,
it, but
Randy.
I'm looking at these structures, man, like just the patterns of like semiotic emergence and fucking convergence, and like I think there might be a sort of like indiscreet like layer that we may not be able to tap into, but that's hard. You
think I
can't
saw
prove
it.
it. That's only maybe. You think so?
I saw a mutual ghost with another friend at the same time.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
So we kinda
I know
confirmed
what,
it, but
I
we
know
were
what I
also-
thought I've seen, but I'm pretty sure this is all my mind's playing tricks on me.
But it could be the mind. We're also very much reinforcing that on each other by describing it. It was a
So-
green torso of an old king. His green skeleton was sitting against the bottom of a tree, and he had a crown apparently. And then my friend, she said that she saw that too. And then on the car ride home, my audio started fucking up, and I had to pull over because I was freaking out, thinking of it like took over my radio or whatever. It was really weird.
Yeah, so that one could be fear. So like, I'm
Yeah,
going through this
it's
synchronicity
great.
shit, dude, because it's so fucking weird. And I think there might be
follow up.
something there, but I have to actually. I don't want to look at the occult shit. I want to look at the structures and see how it's possible, like through like entanglement and synchronicity, you know, and like what's the like. So like I came up with the notion of like a semiotic hierarchy, and for what Dave seems to talk about, like there's these archetypes
true.
that might there might be archetypes that like persist throughout history that have to be occupied by somebody. I think, you know, like a figure, like a cultural figure. Like he talks about Sophia and shit, like, you know, like, so I don't know how many of them there are, but there
Like
could
Thalia
be.
Sophia.
What Sophia?
So Sophia is kind of the Greek word is meant to exemplify
Yeah.
a philosophy that's based in romanticism and also religion and also the and practical kinds of philosophy. And then Phronesis is pragmatic philosophy and actionable philosophy. But those distinctions are very tricky. It's kind of like how ethos kind of bridges with the pathos.
Okay. Yeah. And then there's logos. I don't know what the fuck that factor. So I just say
It's
ethos a
logic.
lot. Yeah.
Isn't it just logic? Like logos is the logic
I
perspective.
don't say it. I don't say it
I
that
don't
much.
use these
I like
words
to
very
say
much.
ethos for some reason. Ethos seems to make sense. Like that's their ethos instead of, you know, like, you know, just as an example. They're
I
operating
also
under the
don't
ethos of.
really. I mean, I don't think those words are very valuable anymore. To be honest, I don't use them very much. But who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. I use whatever words I have to put pen to paper or whatever,
Yeah.
and as clear of a way as I can.
Dude, Onyx is fast.
Yeah, see, you are tapped into more contemporary modes of expression. You know, like in terms like I'm not like I'm stuck in the past. So like that's where I struggle.
Fuck.
I think.
God damn it.
Well, I used to write in prose a lot more. I used to emulate writers like Nietzsche and John Dewey, but I found it just more pragmatic to try and write for a broader audience lately.
Treat
What-
people
That's
like they're
weird.
five,
Okay.
Brandon. Write for 5-year-olds.
What would you? Yeah, no.
That's what you
what
gotta
would
do.
you
As-
term accessible language to be other than prose?
I mean, I have to say it's taken me years to find the balance, but if you use a technical term, just define the term depending on your audience. If you're talking with a technical audience, then use those terms. This is why I'm probably not going to invite Kat to future meetings because she expressed in our last meeting that she does not study philosophy. She just thinks philosophy, and she also used that whole "talk to me like I'm 5" thing
Yeah.
when you were using technical terms last
Oh,
time.
I'm
and I
fine with
think
her. I fucking think that girl's great. So
she's good, but she also dominated the conversation every time I've had her on. She doesn't use the hand raising,
oh
and she
yeah,
just dominates the conversation, interrupting
yeah
all the time.
she does. Yeah, I
He's a
know.
blurter.
Yeah.
She did talk for a long time. But
She's not a philosopher or a psychologist. She just has ideas and writes down ideas.
that's kind of like me.
Seems-
I don't know.
You
I
yeah, so there's
wrong.
levels to that. She doesn't take it
Wrong.
seriously. Like she said, when you tell me you don't study philosophy, that's a sign that you're not trying to study philosophy and you're not trying to be a deep thinker. You just want to express ideas. But it's
Yeah.
cool, I appreciate it, but that's not what I'm trying to do with this group.
You have to bridge gaps. You have to. Like,
Yeah.
if you're not willing to, you know.
You were using the terms and she's like, "I'm 5, Brandon. I'm 5." I'm like, "Come on, dude.
What?
Don't
What?
talk
Okay.
like that."
I think
good
she's
grief.
very smart, but she just needs to grow up a little bit in that regard of, you know, being adaptable. And yeah. She comes across as
You just gotta know to
perhaps
stay in
maybe
your lane.
somebody
Like,
that's-
you know what? You can give ideas, but act like you know everything when you don't. Like, if she don't know nothing about philosophy and shit, to try to dominate a philosophy kind of conversation is kind of silly.
Yeah.
I would say. Like, you could, even like me, like I just add my 2 cents when I know stuff, or like if something makes sense. But like, if you guys are getting deep in your shit, I just gotta stay out and fucking just listen, pay attention. You know.
Yeah, it's tough when people don't want to learn the terms. And then like, I don't know how to speak like I'm 5, and I should, do a little bit better with that, but I don't know how to talk about, semiotic relations or any of that bullshit.
No, how about
know,
this? Start thinking
like-
of start thinking of good analogies that
Oh.
makes that sense. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like be like, would you hold the door open for? I don't know, just some simple like that. But say like, would you hold the door open for somebody that they held the door open for you? Well, yeah. Well, there you go. Like this is like this, but just smarter. Like something
Here's
like
the-
that. Where like simple. Like we're talking about Trump
I think
people,
you
like
should
simple
continue
phrases and
to.
shit.
I think you should continue to invite her, but we should, be willing to actually shut the door on her because
Well, don't you have a
at
mute
times
button? Or do
I think he does. Yeah.
I don't
if
want
not,
to do
if
that.
not,
That's-
I understand that. I understand, but guess what?
you're not allowed
That's
to speak.
that's a way to get the hint across. Be like, hey, if you're not like, raise your hand or fucking, whatever it is on your guys' call, like it's a tap thing or whatever the fuck it is. Like, just let us know when you're ready, and then we'll let you in. Like, don't just fucking. If 3 people are talking, don't jump in and just fucking talk the whole time.
See, when people find a misalignment linguistically, somebody has to fucking capitulate. That's just the way it is, and you can't be too egotistical, or you can't lack the humility to. It's not even a capitulation because you're just like, oh, okay, I'm gonna say that now instead of that because I was confused or just operating with a different, operant or operating lexicon or whatever you fucking want to call it.
That's why,
Yeah.
like, when you get into like any like real debate and shit, it comes down to. That's why like terminology matters. Like, that's why you spend a lot of time like saying what words mean, because some words might not mean the same thing for you versus them. Kind of shit.
Yeah. I try to point out or figure out when it does happen because
So even like when I'm
like
arguing,
when people like neurosis, people don't like neurosis, and I'm like, when did that fall out of favor? When the fuck? You're like, what? I don't
Yeah,
get it.
it's
it has a
uh,
negative connotation.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's become part of the euphemism treadmill. There are more specific and more accommodating words to describe neuroses now.
Okay, but
It's
there's
an
no
it's an
like
outdated
umbrella
term.
term. I want an umbrella term. We don't have an umbrella term other than disordered
Well, you
states.
don't.
So-
So when
or
it comes to
whatever.
psychology, you don't want to use umbrella terms, is what I'm realizing. You want to try to avoid those because if you're going to do science of the mind, you need to be specific. You need to use specific terms.
well,
Same
I'm-
thing with like this is what happens with autism when you describe it's spectrum disorders. That's anytime you hear about spectrum disorders. I've thought about this a lot, done a lot of research. From what I'm understanding, spectrums are the opposite of what we need to be doing with science of psychology.
Okay, but
Not-
like spectrum
not a good
are necessary if you're thinking in dialectic terms, which I am. Like I'm also, a dialectician. So
What
it's
do you mean by
difficult.
dialectician?
Like opposite
Okay, you don't- no.
opposite,
Continue.
forces
I'm just-
or whatever.
I'm-
Coming into conflict and
Oh, fuck.
resolving through escalation and just conflict and escalation and reunion over time, like that, because that's real. Like I believe so. That's absolutely real.
Right.
So
Yeah. So it's good to do that, but when it comes to psychology and you're trying to create diagnoses or understand the human mind, it can be very misleading. When you're coming at it from from especially diagnosis, you don't want to use spectrums in diagnosing because it
Yeah.
creates lumping effects, and you lump everybody together, and that's the opposite of the precision that's necessary for science of psychology.
okay, so if there is something we are wanting to alleviate in psychology, or not, I shouldn't even say psychology, but because psychology is like even psychology is a confusing term, right? Because there's the study of the mind.
Well, so this is why I try to break this down. I should really get you to read my book on this, man, or just recommend
Yeah, I will.
some chapters in my book. It's just 450 pages, so people get turned off by that. But the
Oh.
terms psychoanalysis versus clinical psychoanalysis versus psychotherapy versus general psychology. So when I use the term general psychology, I distinguish that by saying Western psychology and that's from the academic sense. So academic Western psychology is what we have problems with right now. It's very deterministic, reductionist in nature.
So I was looking to oppose
psychoanalysis
wisdom.
You can't use that.
Oppose wisdom to so like wisdom is true, pragmatic, and what else beliefs? But yeah, it's like a class of beliefs relating to behavior which produces good outcomes, which opposes what I was saying was neurosis, which are false beliefs, which are emotionally imposed upon you through your environment, and
Right.
not useful. So
Yeah.
like that. So I feel like as a noun, neurosis is good, but it's fallen out of favor. We don't have like a single term. So if there's something we are alleviating with psychological practice or with clinical practice, if as opposed to trying to describe when one is doing psychology, like I don't know what word would be used. So like you bring up disordered states, that works, but then there's also associated beliefs, rigid beliefs, which lead to those disordered states. So that's like the divide. I think we have to, or like the relationship that is at play there, and then we turn quote unquote neurosis into wisdom by picking up, deconstructing these beliefs, just like connecting them to historical trauma. I guess you probably don't like trauma either, and fucking.
Oh no, there's trauma. Trauma is quite real.
Okay.
It just is the kind of trauma that you're talking about.
Okay.
As opposed to negative experiences, trauma is what referred to when you have psychological scars. And so when I think about psychological scars, a lot of so I try not to put too much of my own opinions into this. So I draw from a lot of experts that talk about trauma. Like Gabor Mate, he describes trauma as the mostly wartime PTSD and childhood abuse.
Oh, okay.
Those are the kinds of traumas that leave real unfixable scars.
Okay, okay, so there's unfixable and then there's fixable. So that's negative experiences. Like I've just been lumping them all together. Trauma from is just something that I see as but that makes sense. That makes sense. Like
because anything can be trauma if you wanted to, and that's what we're seeing right now in the U.S. and in postmodernism. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That was crazy.
I would say that word probably does reify the sense of the degree of negativity of
everything's a trauma response is the way that it's being used right now. It's anything that could possibly be a negative childhood experience or even adult experiences. These are now trauma responses, and this is the mechanistic meat machine narrative. This is easily swaying one's brain into defaulting into that way of thinking that you are in a state of learned helplessness, that you can't do anything to change the way that your past affects your future. And that's the foundations of therapy. But psychoanalysis differs from psychotherapy in this way. And the psychotherapists are not allowed to criticize people like this, or they're not allowed to give that kind of useful critical feedback because it's a violation of their experiences. It's insensitive. It comes off as ableist, and this is what people call CBT, medical gaslighting.
It's so weird.
But you're right. The neurosis, though, is so we use the personality test, and people are fine with using that letter N, which is neurotic.
Yeah.
And so you could talk about it that way if you're still trying to use the term
neuroticism. I don't know.
Neuroticism, yeah. I guess
it has to be, but then there's like a tendency factor to neuroticism that isn't, it's not a discrete state, like a snapshot of one's collective beliefs, like the ones that are tend toward negative and false as dictated by one's environment, like rigid beliefs that conflict with others' identities, like where you don't have the legitimacy, nailed down to advance to this, identity that has, criteria for it outlined by one's culture. I'm trying to get I don't even know what I would say. Like there's like a social psychology. I guess I consider this social psychology, I guess, but I don't really need to put
Sure.
labels on it because it's just one big system to me. But
Well, you definitely want to use labels and be specific with psychology, at least.
yeah,
One thing I learned, man, is when you are going to get into the abstract, because you and I are both very abstract thinkers,
mm,
we zoom out to the big picture on most of the ways that we think about things. It's important to exercise that muscle of the brain, but that can come at the cost of exercising the muscle of specificity.
mm,
So the also notice how I use the term specificity and put emphasis on the T there. A lot of people try to do that when they want to sound smart in America. That's something. So I gotta be careful
yeah.
with that.
I will never personally like. See, here's the thing: we're trying to fucking avoid triggering people all the fucking time, and we lose more and more of our individuality in doing so.
Oh,
I
I
think
guess
that causes us.
Yeah, you gotta do your best with that. But what I mean to say is, so I'll talk about the meaning crisis, and I'm trying to get this example based back, or the example mechanism back, because that's what Rebeki's so good at. That's why he's so popular, as well as a lot of the other philosophers. They'll zoom out to the abstract, and then they'll be like, okay, here's what I'm talking about. Here's a concrete example.
Yeah.
So I'll say, here's the meaning crisis. We're all bereft of meaning. We don't have a solid narrative to drive our life, and our sense of purpose is being subtracted from us and stolen from us by the capitalistic empire and by postmodernism. For example, I know people that I used to work with in a warehouse who are extremely stressed out, who are killing themselves, and who are balding in their mid-20s or early 20s. But I still find myself struggling. Like, the balance is kind of 75-25 abstract to concrete examples. I need to work that more.
Yeah.
And I find
yep,
that's
yep,
also drug
absolutely.
related too. Oh my god. Like, the abstract is really the abstract is really easy
Fuck.
to access when you're high. But that may just be me.
That's everybody.
When you're high.
Yeah, bro. Everything's
Yeah.
better when you're high.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, dude, I fucking penetrate. I penetrate.
You penetrate.
Penetration.
Sedation, medication.
Yeah. I don't know. I want to also figure out the abyss too, like the actual like if the abyss is actually a real thing, because like then there's people that talk about the abyss in different ways. Like, I don't know. It's weird because I feel like there is a sense of a consciousness, but lack of
How did I miss?
direct, like external or representational, like
So stupid.
what's the right word for it?
Yeah.
Uptake to take on effects from a particular. I don't know. It's hard to. The abyss is a weird fucking concept. Like, as far as like how it induces thoughts. So, I think that's something of a shared project of ours, and like curiosity. The abyss and nothingness, emptiness.
Dude, I feel like I'm escaping the abyss now. I just need to study more Eastern Buddhism. I really need to crack down, read the rest of the Theravada Abhidhamma, and read some more ancient wisdom from the East on this, because that concept of the substrate ontology versus the substance ontology and the possibility over the actual.
Yeah,
I'm going to send you this
That's
video.
huge.
I think I'll
Huge.
put it in the chat.
I want to
There's a
get into
video
that too.
Dude, it's so relieving. Like, when I look at this and when I listen to people talk about it, it really seems just so counter to Nietzschean abyss avoidance, as it were.
Mm.
Because there is no emptiness. It's infinite fullness. It's an infinite realm of possibility.
See, everything that we've been talking about with like fluid identity and stuff relates to Nietzschean stuff too. So,
Absolutely.
and I think fluidity of, and then like the John Pendall guy in the chat was saying, like, or maybe we'd move to no identity at all. Like that I think is more or less like unrigid identities, not conditioned.
Well, that's
identities.
Borg. Yeah, so we can't be Borg, but you got to be collective identity first. Like, I try to talk about, I'm a first and foremost a participatory entity in the distributed cognition system of collective consciousness. and then I am this person called Patrick.
Well,
who
okay,
uses
so
the identity
there's
labels of philosopher of psychology.
so we're using identity here in a different way. I mean more like social identities, as in like sort of behavior based, right? Like you know, like being a philosopher or being a psychologist or being a cowboy or you know
Right.
being a gamer. You know, like these. So like the ones that are more contested or ones where there are more specific conditions that one has to meet before being collectively recognized, like those are the ones that and then like the activities related to them. So think about how you know much anxiety is induced, like if you call yourself a philosopher, you know, or like the suspicion that is immediately cast upon you, like people think you're arrogant or narcissistic and so on and so forth. That's a part of the problem.
Totally. Anyone can call themselves a philosopher. You don't really get a PhD in philosophy anymore. That's very rare that you see that.
Oh, that's good because yeah, but yeah, if I were to go to college, I don't know what it'd be because I'm also into physics too. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
but you suck at math. You said so. You're never gonna be a physicist,
I
bro.
suck at,
Not to be
well, then
mean.
I could learn math. I can learn math though.
Maybe
Yep.
some math's hard, man. I don't know.
This is where I really think that the collective identity comes first because that allows you to decide what you want to do with your life that's most meaningful.
Oh
And
man.
there's
And you can
video
be guided
games, but
by your
that's
connection.
a passion. Like creating video games would be a passion, not like a
Right.
I don't know. Like it, I feel like I don't know. It's
I made a
difficult.
model of I made a goal orientation model a few years ago when I was really into CBT. The I call it the trichotomy of goal orientation, where you have kind of your own goals, and then you have it's pursuit of your own goals, and then pursuit of someone else's goals, which you see at work when you're doing a job that you don't like, and then you have the pursuit of someone else's goals that have already been met, and that's what you see when you indulge in video games, when it becomes something that's not your own goal, but it becomes an addiction or something that you're
Yep.
not doing from a place of respect. Same thing with going to a an art show. So there's positives and negatives with all of these. When you go to an art show, that's respecting the other person's goal that has already been met, and
Mhm.
their personal goal is for you to engage in the end result of their goal having been met. Same thing takes place when you play a video game or when you watch a movie or go to the movies with friends.
Yep.
It's just
Agreed.
about nuance. You don't want to be addicted to movies. You don't want to be addicted to going to art shows, and the same is
Yep.
the case with playing video games. So when you're creating the video game yourself, that's your own goal, and you want other people to engage in that end result after you've created that. And if that brings benefit and positivity to other people, then
Mhm.
you're on a good path for a personal goal, I think.
Yeah, I use like my own like my own input to other people's designs and like just how they're just kind of not enough for me because they don't vary enough. Like they make these games like from like a template type, you know, perspective because, you know, capitalism.
Yeah.
They want to milk the player base and not they just go with the easy fucking, you know, they make easy accessible games just to perpetuate
Or they make
consumption
whatever microtransaction
to
games.
make more accessible. Yeah, that too.
Microtransactions.
There's so many problems with gaming, but yeah, I agree. Like when I engage with art, I feel like I look at it as a sort of like it's like
What
well,
was
it's an
that?
intersubjective and like you know it's almost like a transjective perspective for me. Like I'm able to
Oh fuck!
get a sense of what it
Or
is
you
to
can stay
be
by the stage.
Well,
in
because
the
you fucking
culture.
knocked
You
me out
know,
when I'm so down, and then I fucking go back up. So I.
it's like even at the MIA in
Oh.
Minneapolis, the Minneapolis Institute of Art, like they have so many like pieces from other places, like other countries in different times, and I just take
It's a
that
fun
in, man.
place.
I fucking love it. It's great. And it's free.
Man, not paying enough attention.
But yeah, I 100% agree though. Yep, it has to be. It's a cultural experience. It's not something to identify with. You know, it's not. Well, I mean, you can love it. It can be your passion to like pick this stuff apart, like, you know, movie critics and stuff. But when all you're doing is escaping, when it's escapism, is when it's
Yep.
when it's a pattern.
That's when
Like,
you're not participating in the collective identity, which you're always a part of other people. You are the 5 people that you hang around the most. Other people
was-
influence you to look. The stage is fucked up.
Mm.
It was
Mhm.
that was funny.
That was
One of
So
the
I was-
platforms I was indicating.
I was talking to my buddy Mike, or you can talk. You can finish if you were going to. But
That's okay.
I was talking to my buddy Mike and Alex in the other Discord, and like one of them said like, I'm bored, I don't know what game to play, and I was like, I don't know, maybe like do something other than play a game, and then that causes a fight, you know. And my buddy Mike was like do what you're, and I said something about like not only consuming the product of others' creativity, and then Mike was like, consume what you want, like, and then I don't know, like the whole
Modernism.
yeah, is that postmodernism or modernism?
Pretty sure that's postmodernism.
Yeah, it sounds like postmodernism to me. Like just complete like an utter like subjective justification, you know, for everything. Like enjoyment is the first principle.
Yeah. I mean, that's been around forever. I shouldn't just say everything's postmodernism. I got to be more careful with that word. We've had wanton hedonism around for a long time, for many thousands of years.
But it's a justification element, though, not the.
Oh, fucking!
Like I think
suicided
that's
myself.
what it is. Where it's like you're unassailable from an like as far as like participating in an intersubjective dialogue. I think, in under postmodern frameworks or modes of thinking. I would say, dude, most like cultural identities have
Nice.
pre-modern, like they have a position toward pre-modern perspectives. There's like a position toward I need to figure this out. Like a position toward pre-modern things, and then a function in a pre-modern way. A position toward modern things and a function through modern ways, and then the same thing for postmodern. Like I think that there's something like that at play, a sort of
Boom.
weird like bilateral relationship through these different cultural modes or whatever, or like narrative modes.
Well, yeah. I mean, you could say the biologist and the psychoanalyst is operating from modernity. That's pure modernism or pure scientific empiricism and determinism. And it's very anti-spiritual, so it's anti-pre-modernity. It's anti-religious because they don't want to engage in bringing people's spiritual beliefs online. They'll work with that to some extent, but really it's about atomism. It's about breaking people down into different parts to understand them, which is the definition of diagnosis. It's diagnosis. So dividing to understand.
Okay.
Instead of considering the whole aspect of the whole person in the context. So you could say that's generalizing too, but I think that word, I write about this in the book too, just really trying to break down how we think about diagnosis from the medical profession and the psychological profession is very much.
I honestly can't wait to read your book. Like flat out. I can't wait to read it. I think it's gonna be really good.
Word. Oh sure.
Yeah, what was I gonna say? Well, I want to buy it at some point too. Like I like holding books.
Word. I do need to actually print it, but I have a lot of editing to do. It takes so much time.
I think you can just you can get it on Amazon, like anything, essentially.
You can.
And that was what I was gonna try, but I don't think it's enough accessibility. I don't know. I need to figure out what the fuck I'm gonna write if I write though. And like the thing is, we have all these group projects, right? So like I think co-authorship on a lot of shit is important.
That's what I was planning to do because this book just keeps getting so controversial. I keep getting caught in my own bias. I mean, I'm really trying to stay unbiased, and I'm very good at that at this point. Not to brag, but I've really tried to hone that skill. and I'm still just I want to get other people's opinions because it needs to be an open discussion. This is never going to be inclusive. What you see in most philosophy of psychology books, like Dewey, like Frankl, and Freud and Jung and all these guys, they're mostly giving their own perspective and they're trying to form their own theories of philosophy of psychology, and that has utility as well, but also needs to be an open discussion that's always improving via the collective, via dialectic.
No, yeah, your project there is not like I can maybe give feedback, but that's not my specialty. I'm trying like so you have to check my shit because like I'm more of the theorist and system builder, so like the natural connection of it. So like I really do think philosophy of psychology is really deconstructing meta psychological phenomena, essentially, is what's going on. Like that's a part of it at least.
What do you mean by that?
Metapsychological, so psychological about so psychology of psychology, like the psychological processes that take place relating to the field of psychology and in one's engagement with one's own psyche and whatnot, you know, and like how I think it's metapsychological. If that, I don't know.
Isn't that just philosophy of psych? Well, no, I think I see
Might
what you
be.
mean. We talked about this a while back too. Just
It's a natural
examining the
framing.
psychological state of the individual that's trying to write their psychology or do their psychology.
All these paradigms like victim blaming and so on and so forth. I think that that's you said the victim mindset. I don't know if domination mindset was one that we wanted to have ironed out, or if that needs more polish.
That's the one that
suicide.
That's the one that Shay Seaborn CPTSD likes to use, is the domination hierarchy. And I don't know if she's talking about that as a domination mindset, but she talks about domination hierarchy as being the main fault of our mental illness problems. I
think that's a big part of it because, like I said,
absolutely.
like it's alienation is the real phenomenon here. You know, like Marxist alienation, fucking even Sartre and
good throw.
You almost said
alienation. Alienation is alienation is what creates. It's one side of the identity rigidity coin, you know.
Totally.
But I think what is going on, so basically when Jung has a bias, or like Freud has a bias, or any of these writers, they are operating from a metapsychological perspective or a space, you know, like it when we diagnose their, you know, using that word diagnose, their biases, we are doing metapsychology, right?
Yeah.
So there's a difference between a phenomenon being psychological and us doing metapsychology and assessing it.
I think that's just what I call psychoanalysis. When you're analyzing a person versus analyzing I mean, well, if you're analyzing psychology itself, I just call that philosophy of psychology. That's what other people call it. But or I think they do. I haven't heard a lot of people say that. Maybe there's a distinction to be made. I'm just not thinking deeply enough on it.
Yeah, I'll think about it more.
Yeah.
But I mean, everybody does have approaches to their own psyche and mind. So, and those themselves would be based on, you know, particular cultural factors.
Yeah, it definitely. I see people falling for either the solution-focused mindset or the empathy-first mindset. Yes. I call this the sympathy-solution dichotomy.
So,
and that's so powerful. it's basically all therapies and all psychological analysis modalities fall into either one of those two. And I find myself, this is why I've rewritten this book 3 times now, because the first time I wrote it, I was writing it from the solution focused mindset, which I learned in CBT. And then I had to try and track back, and then it became more abstract philosophy, and then I had to make it more concrete. And I still have to clean it up because there's still parts that are very could be interpreted as ableist, and I really try to paint that nuance where I just say flat out, this perspective could be seen as ableist, but I'd like to know what you think about it, or here's a way that it could not be seen as ableist and all
So-
that.
A big deconstruction of ableism.
All right,
can be
guys.
done
I have
too.
to go
I
to
don't know.
bed. I have to wake up early as fuck.
Word,
Peace
I have to
out,
go to, man. But good gaming, bro.
Oh yeah, dude.
What was I
it was
gonna say? Okay,
fucking-
so we got the
peace out, my brother.
victim mindset. We've got all right later, dude.
Bro,
much
love.
The solution.
All right, guys. I guess we'll go to bed.